Starting in the last city with the CCAA. We'll be announcing each senior and they'll be walking across the bulkhead. Starting with Astro. Vincent Washburn is not with us today. 4 years with the CCAA. He'll be studying mechanical engineering and driving tech. Next we have Jordan Livingston. 12 years with the CCAA. We'll be focusing on aircraft mechanics. From the Country Club of Charleston, Lizzie Bennett, 6 years with the CCAA. Will be pursuing film and television at Boston University. From Crowfield, Josie Mullen, swimming 8 years with the CCAA, studying animal veterinary science at Boston University. Emily Winston, 7 years with the CCAA, majoring in exercise science at London University. From Mango Island, Carter Riley, 6 years with the CCAA, majoring in Clemson University. Ellie Chelsea, 7 years with the CCAA, swimming for Arizona State University. Mackenzie Lee, 11 years with the CCAA, representing Auburn University. Mia Vito, 10 years with the CCAA, studying business at Purdue University. From Hong Sarah Golden, 12 years with the CCAA, who is studying early elementary education at Clemson University. James Island, Annie Moss, 9 years with the CCAA, who is majoring in psychology at Clemson University. Zach Dresser is not here today, 9 years with the CCAA, who is studying pre-law at the University of Miami School of Business. Dave Godfrey, 12 years with the CCAA, who is studying business and finance at Clemson University. Issa Jiggling, 10 years with the CCAA, who is studying biomedical engineering at Harvard University. Parker Hamilton, 12 years with the CCAA, who will be majoring in finance at Clemson University. From Long Point, Porter Mullins, 10 years with the CCAA, who will be studying mechanical engineering at Clemson's Honors College. Josie Murray, 12 years with the CCAA, who will be studying health sciences at Clemson University. E.K. 5 years with the CCAA, who will be studying biomedical engineering at Johns Hopkins University. From Newington, Grace Marsa, 12 years with the CCAA, who will be studying speech pathology at Virginia Tech. Lydia Williams is here today. She's swearing 7 years with the CCAA and will be enlisted in the United States Coast Guard. Nathan Lindsay, 9 years with the CCAA, will be swimming for Miller University. Landon Murdoch, 14 years with the CCAA, will be studying biology and kinesiology at Boston University. Juliet Dibble is not here today. She has 13 years with the CCAA and is pursuing elementary education at Liberty University. From Northbridge, not here today is William Minnick, 14 years with the CCAA, who will be studying pre-law at Walford University. Sean Braver, 13 years, will be attending Clemson University Honors College. Garrett Parker, 11 years with the CCAA, and will be studying hospitality management at the University of South Carolina. Stephen Moody, 13 years with the CCAA, and will be studying mechanical engineering at the University of Alabama Honors College.
All right, good morning, people watching from around the city, state, country, world, perhaps. Let us know where you're watching from. Welcome to the final day, 13-14 and 15-18 session at the CCAA Championship Meet for 2026. I'm David Reeder with Zach Moody and former SNE Farm coach Jason Kreutner. We will be guiding you through this session as we determine our last group of city champions. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning, David. It's great to be here on the second day of City Meet.
Hey, David, Zach. It's a pleasure.
As we begin with the 13-14 mixed medley relay with Long Point in 1, St. Andrews in 2, West County in 3, Legend Oaks, Chamalon in 4, Legend Oaks in 5, Ashboro in 6, James Island in 7, Country Club of Charleston in 8, and Fort Johnson in 9. I believe, guys, this is going to be the only relay today that every team in the league is swimming. So, get some representation from all 19 CCAA squads early on, with Ashboro taking the early lead.
You know what, David makes a great point. It's great to see all teams represented here. Sometimes with a few of the smaller teams, it gets a little thinner at the older age groups, but great to see all 19 teams here represented. Relays are a great part of the fun here at City Meet, getting to do it not for yourself, but for your team. As the race is tightening up here on breaststroke, looks to be Legend Oaks in the middle with Ashboro and the Country Club not too far behind as we hit the halfway. Teams will go 50 yards of backstroke, breaststroke, butterfly, and freestyle. 2 girls, 2 boys in any order. We talked a little bit about that yesterday. The coaches will look at how the math breaks down, how everybody's times work out, and ultimately choose the best combination for their team.
I think on certainly an elite level, you see a lot of male breaststrokers, and you might see that more as we get into some of these older age groups because that's where the difference between the boys and girls time-wise is the greatest. So I'd say a lot of teams will probably go with a male breaststroker just to get that little bit of extra time advantage, but not all of them. So we'll definitely see some different strategies here as we go through the event.
Tight race here coming down the stretch here. It looks like, as we're getting splashed from the swimmers in lane 1, it looks like the Country Club of Charleston is taking the first heat today. They were entered with a 2:24.22, and they're going to drop almost 21 seconds, 20 and a half seconds there from their entry time. So the Fish with a PH getting a great start to the day.
That is the second time you've mentioned the Country Club and the second time you've mentioned Fish with a PH. So just note, guys, these heats, all the times will be taken together at the end. So at that time, in theory, by the Country Club could win. It won't. We're going to see some much faster times here in this next heat with 7 teams entered under 2 minutes as their seeds. But all these times will be considered for points when all is said and done.
We can also be on the lookout for these lead-off backstroke legs. It might give us a preview of what's to come later in the events. But since the swimmers are starting from the starting horn and touching with a touchpad, they are also eligible for records.
Don't think we're going to see any records in this age group, considering what some of these backstroke records are, the individual records. We have a 25 from Luke Green for the boys and a 27 from Ann Thompson for the girls. Second of 2 heats. This is the fastest group of the medley relay.
Well, David, as we go through the names here, Lane 1, Somerville. Lane 2, Crowfield. Lane 3, North Charleston. Lane 4, Sneak Farm. Lane 5, Daniel Island. Lane 6, Parkshore. Lane 7, Newington. Lane 8, Northbridge. Lane 9, Shadow Moss. Lane 10, Hobcaw. What I was going to say is, leading off Crowfield's relay in Lane 2, that might be Bailey Ball, who's the top seed in backstroke, only 2/10 off of the meet record.
We'll have to see. Won't be a 27 here, as Daniel Island taking the lead, 27.64. That's a male swimmer. And DI coming through now on the breaststroke.
North Charleston coming through with the breaststroke leg.
That's Braden Knauer on breaststroke for North Charleston. Up at the top, we see Keith Aikman for Shadow Moss in second, and Hayward Leuschinger gets Northbridge into third with a 28.63 split.
And Aikman from Shadow Moss actually touched first there. Shadow Moss leads at the halfway point by 3/100ths over North Charleston.
This is close, man. This is ridiculously close. Shadow Moss and North Charleston ahead. Here comes Crowfield now, but this could all change again. Crowfield, 24.46 butterfly split.
Look at Daniel Island and Sneak Farm in 4 and 5. Their freestyles are really pushing through the middle, and they've taken the lead.
Daniel Island, meet record is 148.44. They won't get that, but it will be the Flying Fish, 150.88.
I think that might have been Nolan Mahoney on the anchor leg for Daniel Island with a 22.0. He's the top seed in the individual event. Be on record watch for him later today. Sneak Farm comes in second. North Charleston holds on for third. Moving into the 15-18s, Heat 1 is Legend Oaks, Long Point, Hobcaw, Chamelon, Ashboro, and St. Andrews in Heat 1.
So again, previously your winner there, Daniel Island, Sneak Farm taking second, and North Charleston with a pretty good drop to take third. As we see Heat 1 here of the 15-18s, we're going to hopefully get our winners from Daniel Island over here in just a minute. Daniel Island won all 5 medley relays last year. Now they've won Three. They did not win 8 unders. That's Harriet Kelly there for Hobcaw. She'll be a contender in the individual event. She goes 27.84. Well under her seed time. Harriet's actually seeded third in that event. We're joined by our 13-14 medley relay winners from Daniel Island. Tell us your names.
Nolan Mahoney.
Kara Kilowski. Anna Dyson.
Colton Salta.
So guys, how badly did you want to get this one started with a big win?
Very bad.
What was the message from the Daniel Island coaches this morning? You guys coming in with a lead, going for a 4th straight city meet win.
To have fun and cheer on your teammates and swim fast.
And how'd you guys support each other when you're going for that win?
By cheering for each other. Yes, and hyping each other up.
All right, well, go cheer for your teammates.
Oh wait, I have a shout out to Cardi B.
What was that shout out there?
I believe that was to Cardi B.
Not sure if Cardi B is watching, but
I would doubt it.
she's got a shout out now. As Hobcaw is pulling away in this Heat 1. Long point a few seconds back, and a tight race for third over there between Chamelon and Ashboro. (152.51). Hobcaw shaves exactly 4 seconds off their entry time, looking to move into the top 10. As we'll set the lanes for the final mixed medley of the day. Shadowmoss in 1, Parkshore 2, Steve Farm in 3, Daniel Island in 4, Newington your top seed in lane 5, Somerville Y in lane 6, North Charleston 7, Northbridge 8, Crowfield 9, and James Island in lane 10.
We could see some pretty big swings on this one, no doubt about that. But we do need to let you know that in lane 4 for Daniel Island is Ellie Chalupski, who holds the meet record at 25.83. Will that go down right here? Ellie on her way to swim at Arizona State University. But the boys taking control of this one. That's Sully Freese down here in lane 3 for Sneef Arm, and Logan Patterson from Northbridge Terrace toward the top in lane 8. The boys meet record. Getting to that in a second. As Sully goes 24.35. Is that a record? No. That was not a record. But Ellie Chalupski also just off her record. As we're on to the breaststroke. That is Newington with Carter Gladys pulling into the lead. Followed by Sneep Arm, Daniel Island, and Northbridge. Newington. I believe that's Grace Marsa for the Tiger Sharks with a commanding lead right now. Again, Daniel Island, Sneep Arm, Park Shore. This is really close.
Watch for Sneep Arm here to make up a big lead here on the anchor leg.
They have a male swimmer? They do. Is that Garrett? Garrett Blankenship. Sneep Arm trying to track down Daniel Island. No, not quite. It's Daniel Island with the win. The Flying Fish in 144.71 by 14 hundredths over Sneep Arm. Newington third. Then Park Shore and Northbridge. first, then you.
All right.
Well, them first, then you.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're going to talk to the Daniel Island winners of the 15-18 medley relay. 14 hundredths of a second, and making it 4 out of 5 medley relays for the Flying Fish. Tell us your names.
Jason Shalupski.
Connor Good.
Ellie Chalupski. Mia DeVito.
So, guys, how much did that mean to you to get that win, to beat Sneak Farm by just a little bit there?
That was great. We were worried, but we pulled through. It meant so much to us. We swim for a team. We swam for each other clearly in that race. I mean, all of us played a part, and it really shows.
No, it means a lot. We got 2 seniors here. We got 2 siblings. It's pretty cool to win with a team like that.
Yeah. We asked this to the 13-14s. What are the vibes in Daniel Island team area right now? Obviously, with an advantage in the team competition, it's even bigger now, and trying to make it 4 in a row.
Always good energy. We're always supporting each other and having fun most of the time.
We have each other's back all the time. We're rooting for each other. We're there when we need it. I mean, vibes are high. We're staying locked in, but we're not swimming for ourselves. We're swimming for each other.
Yeah, we're doing great. We're having a lot of fun, and definitely shout out to our younger kids for giving us a little lead here today.
Yeah, swimming for the team feels really good, and just having a good energy and positivity to the meet just helps you go fast.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right, we are on to the girls 13-14 freestyle.
Heat 2 here. MJ Hills, Legend Oaks, Pluma High at Eeks, Chamelon, Ansley Hodge, Northbridge, Gabriella Guevara, James Island, Lula Brenton, Shadow Moss, Margaret Hyde, Hobcott, Sayla Lineberger, West County, and Kensley Gibbs, Ashboro, working your way from the bottom in lane 2 to the top in lane 9. Tight heat across the way. Looks to be maybe lane 8. That is Sayla from West County taking the win there in heat 2, 29.88. Followed closely by Pluma in lane 3, your first 2 swimmers under 30 seconds of the day.
We are joined by Eric Kreutner, longtime CCAA everything man, my former coach at Park Shore. Eric, well, thanks for doing this.
Thank you, David.
How does it feel to have the Eric Kreutner Award? Very well deserved.
Yeah, thank you. It's an honor. Kind of a surprise, but it was very nice.
What's it like for you to be at City Meet, not coaching, not running the entire meet? Weird?
Yeah, as fun as it is to come to the city meet, it's good to just watch what's going on and not be stressing about making sure that it works right.
What does this mean to you, this meet?
Well, I mean, for years it was the culmination of a season that started in May and ended in the middle of July, and
Now it's in June.
Yeah, now it's in June. It'd be great if it went back to the middle of July again, but we've got a league where almost 3,000 kids and anyone could swim and earn their spot to come to the city meet, and it was the culmination of a great thing.
As we just finished up that third heat of the girls, our top time so far is a 28:08 from Savannah Anderson. What do you think you're most proud of your time in this league?
Just that we were able to keep the league running, and it's been exciting to move to the aquatic center. That was a long time coming.
Agreed.
But that the league is as great as it's ever been, even though there might not be as many teams as there were a few years ago. With teams joining the East Cooper League, the CCAA is still going strong.
That's a 26.53 there for Zuri Swain. She actually won the event last year, and she was not even in the fastest heat this year. So we'll see how that holds up. I thought you were going to say your greatest accomplishment was turning me into a serviceable swimmer.
I forgot about that, David. You're absolutely correct.
I need to find this. I have a note that you wrote me for my first city meet when I was 14, just about how it had been such a long time coming, which obviously it had, considering I started swimming it at 6 years old. What do you remember? You were the first coach that started the Sneak Farm streak, and then when we were at Park Shore, we obviously got second a bunch of times to them. Talk me through the time in that competition as Mia Steffen from Newington in 25.57 is your winner there. Talk me through just those years coming to City Meet as a coach.
It was exciting when my last year at Sneak Farm when we were not the regular season champion. We were the underdogs coming to the city meet and pulled off the upset victory to beat Ashbrook for the championship. Went into year-round coaching for a little while and then came back to coach Parkshore. And Parkshore had just gotten promoted the year before to the Red League and had lost all its meets. And we had a meet and greet with the parents, and one of the moms said, "What are you going to do to bring Parkshore back down to the Middle League?" And I said, "What we're going to do is make sure that Parkshore understands that they belong in the Red League." And we tried to chase down Sneak Farm, never could quite accomplish it, but it was great seeing just the over 15 years there, the progress that kids like you made, and seeing how awesome it is. People like you doing all that you're doing for swimming, the people that are coaching, it's very rewarding.
It really is. What do you miss about being involved in the league on a more regular basis?
What I miss the most is coaching. It's working with 7, 8-year-olds was always the best. Having kids who, at the beginning of swim practice in May, were scared to get in the water, finishing top 10 in the city meet by the end of that summer. It's great seeing those kids who don't know how good they are and can believe in themselves and turn out to be pretty amazing people.
We're going to let our other commentators have some words with Eric in a minute, but we have Mia with us, the winner of the 13-14 girls 50 freestyle. So, how excited are you to win this city meet title?
I'm so excited. That was so fun.
You were watching, I assume, following the city meet yesterday. What did your younger kids do to get you guys, the older swimmers from Newington, inspired to swim well today?
Just their energy. They're always so happy and they're always so supportive and cheering us on all the time, and it really gives you a boost of energy to want to do good, and so they can look up to us.
Yeah. What do you have the rest of the day, and what's the plan for swimming fast?
I have 50 breast and 100 IM, and then our free relay.
Awesome. Well, good luck.
Thank you so much.
All right, Zach and Jason have some questions for Eric, perhaps. Zach? No? Jason? Jason, Eric's younger brother and successor at Sneak Farm.
I'm grateful to the league for their honoring Eric. I was thinking about it on the way here this morning. It's been about 50 years between swimming at Creekside, coaching at Sneak Farm, coaching at Parkshore, and volunteering for the league for 30 years. And I owe everything to Eric. Our dad died when we were young, and he helped me discover that summer swimming can be like another family that a lot of people can use. And as you get older, it's neat that other people look out for you, and your child develops relationships with them on their own, both within their team and outside. And his actions changed the trajectory of my life and the league. And, I never would have gotten into coaching or Sneak Farm coaching if it wasn't for him. And so I'll forever be grateful, and I'm always looking to earn his nod of approval. And I'm just really grateful to Eric and the league for everything.
Well, that's up there. And we're grateful to our mom, who made me give Jason a job when he was borderline juvenile delinquent in high school, and she made me hire him as assistant coach. That worked out pretty well.
That made the stream. That was great.
All right, well, Eric, we appreciate you being here. Thanks so much for everything you've done for all of us over the years and for this league. And very excited to see the first winner of the Eric Kreutner Award later today, as Heat 4 goes to Declan Gar from Newington, 25-39. You going to stick around for a little bit?
I'm going to stick around and watch my nephew John Ross swim 13-14 butterfly in a little bit.
All right, well, that's coming up. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate it. I don't get the Rick and Mace thing.
Dave, that was nice. Thank you.
Heat 5 underway, boys 13-14 freestyle.
Fastest heat.
Cypher and Griffin, Daniel Island, John Hurlbert, Somerville, San Gonzales Medina, Somerville, Nolan Mahoney, Daniel Island, Joshua Bornfleth, Crowfield, Landon Allen, Chamelon, Owen Smith, Ashborough, Hank George, Legend Oaks. And it is a battle in the middle between Mahoney and Bornfleth. 22:53, just off the meet record set in 2022 by Ivan Wilson. But a great battle, 22:53 to 22:57. A very close race there for the 13-14 boys.
Fast swimming.
We'll get Nolan Mahoney back with us. We've already seen him today. We apologize to anyone whose name, obviously we didn't get some names read out there, so we apologize. So hopefully we will get back to everyone here later today. Apologies to those of you who we might have missed. This is Heat 1 of the girls 15-18 freestyle. Yana Bambakova from St. Andrews in 4, Lizzie Medin from the Country Club in 5, and Lorelei Crawford from Legend Oaks in 6. I made a list, Jason, when they did the seniors of how many seniors I've coached over the years, and it wasn't as many as I thought. Lizzie's one of them, because I've helped coach at Porter Gowd, where she recently graduated from, as the win goes to Lorelei Crawford in 29-9-1. It's always so cool seeing all the different people who, and we talked about this yesterday, who you know somehow or another at this meet. And it's more than me.
Yeah, the league's done a good job. I remember back in the 80s, it was you would be behind the blocks, you would raise your hand, maybe you won one of the 3 scholarships.
Got me out, Nolan.
But they stir the league, and older kids make it all go for the younger kids. So it's really nice how they acknowledge them before the meet.
Nolan, winner of the 50 freestyle in an extremely close race. Could you see what was going on there coming down the stretch?
Yeah, I saw him next to me. I was just trying to keep up and push myself.
Were you happy with the time?
Oh, it was a great time.
So you have momentum from the relay. You won freestyle. What's next?
I got the backstroke and IM coming up.
All right, what do you have to do to win again?
Just push myself, warm down and warm up, feel my body, get ready.
Awesome. Congrats, Nolan.
Thank you.
As the winner in that heat, 28.34, Hadley Newland. Heat 3.
Heat 3 is Porter Mullins, Grace Sapko, Blair Aker, Priya Cardella, Kate Allison, Sophia Evans, Kaylee Crawford, and Sarah Gray and Heineman. Going from the bottom of your screen, lane 2, to the top of your screen, lane 9.
Safe to say this one's competitive. A lot of 27s entry times here. Sophia Evans from Northbridge with an advantage on this heat. Sophia into the wall in 26.88. Second was Allison, and Priya Cardella was third.
That's going to be your top time headed into the last 2 heats. Looking to challenge for a spot in the top 15, maybe even top 10. All right, Heat 4 is Callie Casa, West County, Cora Flanagan, Shadow Moss, Issa Jickling, James Island, Russell Perlmutter, Park Shore, Josie Mullen, Crowfield, Anna Livingston, Ashboro, Aaron Lee, Long Point, and Salil Smith from Park Shore.
All these swimmers 27s and 26s.
Starting to see some repeat names from yesterday, maybe some older siblings.
Yeah, we saw Issa's younger brother Holden. I think he won backstroke yesterday. Russell Perlmutter from the Park Shore Piranhas will get there in 25.83. Issa just behind in 25.60. Third was Josie Mullen in 26.08.
All right, 5th and final heat, Carly Faust, Daniel Island in 2, Paige Lighty, North Charleston in 3, Harriet Kelly Hopco in lane 4, Mia DeVito's your top seed from Daniel Island in lane 5, Grace Marsa from Newington in 6, Avery Torek from North Charleston in 7, Kate Splange, Sea Farm in 8, and Madeline DeGeorge from Crowfield lane 9. We saw Mia anchor that winning Daniel Island relay.
One of the many records held by Avery Freese. We don't expect that to be touched here. We saw Avery's brother Sully in the medley relay as well. Grace Marsa right there, Harriet Kelly right there, Kate Spillane for Sea Farm trying to get into this, but this is going to be Mia DeVito. Another win for the Flying Fish in 24.32. Marsa was second and Kelly was third. 24.32. That's quick.
Heat 1 here, 3 swimmers, AJ Corpus from St. Andrews, and a pair of Legend Oak skaters, Victor Scutaru and Henry Griffin in 5 and 6.
Where'd Eric go? Oh, do you want to come on the field?
I don't know.
Is Eric leaving, do you know?
No, not yet. Yeah.
I'll be back
in a second.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hi. Oh, am I sitting?
Oh, you can if you want. Why not? We have an extra chair. So we've seen you recently getting that win there. What's your strategy for a 50 freestyle?
Oh boy, just not breathe. Go as fast as you can.
You don't breathe at all?
Oh, you can do it. Do a few breaths.
Okay.
You gotta keep in your mind. Try not to breathe. Try not to breathe. But really, the team and how I want to win for them.
So what do you have left after this?
Ooh, 100 IM, 50 back, and the last relay.
All right, so we just talked to Nolan about this after he won freestyle. What is your strategy for maintaining your energy and staying strong throughout the meet?
After every swim, gotta warm down, drink water, eat food, keep the energy high. You feel me?
Yeah. I assume like hamburgers, chocolate chip muffins, cookies.
Ooh, maybe not.
Maybe after.
Maybe bananas. I don't know. Really?
Yeah, I was being sarcastic there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bananas are great for swimming.
Oh, great.
All right, well, congrats. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
The winner there in 25:35 is Henry Tierney. What do you know?
Heat 3 here, Caleb Jenkins, Somerville, Colton Bennett, Steve Farm, Mason Beatty, North Charleston, Cole Williams, Shadow Moss, Connor Stammet, Crowfield, Barclay Irvine, Hobcaw, Nathan Blatch, Ashbro, and Garrett Dressel, Crowfield. No relation to Caleb.
No, spelled differently. Zach, do we trust you to be objective with your brother coming up in the next heat?
I'll let you call Heat 4.
Fair enough. As the win goes to Connor Stammet, 23:78. Williams second, 24:19.
A 23-7 out of Heat 3 for Connor there from Crowfield. He drops almost a full second from his entry time. That could challenge for a top 10 position.
And again, Zach is not objective on this because his brother Steven is entered at 23:75. In lane 3, that's Christian Tybalt in 1, Finn Ruthier in 4, Jimmy Young in 5, Tybalt North Charleston, Finn from Newington, Jimmy Young from Ashboro, Jude Nixick from DI is in 6, Angel Fernandez, James Island in 7, McCrae Burns, Hobcon 8, Micah Cornegie from Shadow Moss in 9. Tight one. Maybe Angel Fernandez. Jude Nixick coming through now. To the wall. It is Nixick in 22:76, followed by Fernandez, and then your brother Steven.
It was a great race there. Jude and Angel over there getting under 23 as we head into the top heat here. Connor Good in 2 from Daniel Island, Angus Harley, Newington, Logan Patterson, Northbridge, Parker Hamilton is your top team, James Island, Brandon Kafka, Chamelon, Gabe Smith, Park Shore, Ricardo DeCastro, Somerville, Garrett Blankenship, Sneak Farm.
I don't think anyone's getting this 20.92 Kyle Hertwig record. But this is going to be good.
Record is safe. I think Parker won last year. Ricardo DeCastro was a force in the 13-14s last year.
Has been for a while.
Watch for him.
This is all Parker Hamilton. Gabe Smith trying to make this interesting. Logan Patterson is right there. Parker gets there, 22:02. Logan was second in 22:28. And third went to Angus Harley in 23:03.
So actually those 22s by Jude and Angel from Heat 4 are going to pop in there for third and fourth. It looks like it. So it just shows what fast swimming can do to you.
I didn't see, but Steven will definitely move up there from his not top 10 seed. He'll be, do we know what place? Picked up a lot. We don't know what. So, a very exciting freestyle. We're going to read some results. And we'll be back here in a sec. Full results, guys, posted on social media, the website eventually. Meet Mobile, also the place to go. If you don't have a subscription, I'm not a paid endorser. It's the best money I've ever spent to be on Meet Mobile and see results. Parker, congratulations. How many wins is this in freestyle for you at City Meet?
I think this is my second. Yeah.
Kind of competitive there, but not really at the end. What's your strategy for a 50 free?
Just good underwaters and a good start. I didn't have the best start. My hands kind of like flipped whenever I went in, but just had good underwater kicks, good flip turn, just all the little things.
Did you see Logan right there?
I did. I saw him off the wall. I saw him right there.
You guys are year-round teammates, right?
Yeah, year-round and high school teammates. So it was good to race against him. I mean, he's a lot younger, so he'll be doing great things in a little bit.
Yeah. Your last City Meet, what does that mean to you right now?
I mean, I took a little bit of a break off swimming from between March and the start of summer swim. So it was good to get back in racing and have one last hurrah.
Yeah. Well, congrats, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So we're scrolling some results up on the board. I think I'm going to pull up Meet Mobile just so I can read them off quickly here. Results from medley relays and freestyle. As we take a quick pause here before going into butterfly. Nope, we'll go right into butterfly. We'll get some results here in a bit. Heat 1 of girls 13-14 butterflies. 3 swimmers: Lucy Mann, West County; Gabriela Guevara, James Island; and Laura Kren from Ashboro. As we talked about yesterday, butterfly is a little bit more of a challenging stroke, but as we get to these older age groups, we'll see a little bit more of control and power over their stroke and over the water. As you see the James Island swimmer Gabriella there with a nice, long, rhythmic stroke, keeping her breath low to the water with a great turn there.
Zach, high school swimming exploded in the area over the last 2 decades, and that's really elevated what we see out of 13, 14s, and 15, 18s compared to when I swam in the league and first started coaching in the league. You know, the times for like the 15, 18s in freestyle, for example, which we just finished, you know, one of those times would have been like a white elephant, essentially, that someone could do something like that. And so the caliber of the older kid swimming is just much better thanks to high school swimming. And a lot of our summer league coaches are high school coaches also, and it's been really neat.
That's right. In South Carolina, in the public schools, you can start swimming for your high school at 7th grade. In the private schools, starting in 6th grade. So that's your 11, 12s, your 13, 14s. So they're doing some great training in summer league, and then carrying it into the fall season. High school swimming in South Carolina goes from August to October. So really picking up right there after the summer season as we get underway with Heat 2. Brooke Perry, James Island; Madison Lay, Chamelon; Isabel Gregg, Chamelon; Juliet Teagarden Country Club; Ainsley Hodge, Northbridge; Reese Chapman, Legend Oaks; Ava Schaefer, Legend Oaks; and Kaylee Sneed, Ashboro. North Charleston Aquatic Center, as Brooke Perry from James Island gets the heat win in lane 2. North Charleston Aquatic Center, home to a couple of high school teams in the area: Somerville, Fort Dorchester, and Ashton Ridge. And also plays host to a number of invitationals throughout the year. They're on the high school state championship rotation for both private schools and public schools. So a great facility that's being taken advantage of throughout the year. Headed into Heat 4 here: Elliot Birch, Fort Johnson; Carly Russo, Long Point; Olivia Gaines, Country Club; Murphy Sullivan, Long Point; Ella Noble, Crowfield; Aria Christie, Newington; Isabella Green, West County; and Kale Walker from Newington.
What'd I miss?
We're talking about high school swimming a little bit.
The glory days.
The glory days, and just the improvements we've seen across the board as the years have gone by, and the times and the caliber of athletes. As Kale Walker gets the win out there in lane 9. It's back-to-back heats with an outside winner. Heat 2 was lane 2. Heat 3 was lane 9. So maybe something in those outside lanes today. You never know. As we get ready for Heat 4, Helen Russell, Park Shore; Mia Ansley, Sneak Farm; Reese Seago, Northbridge; Stella Lewis, Sneak Farm; Moxie Jo Galvin, North Charleston; Izzy Luciano, Shadow Moss; Emma Jo Goodhall, Somerville; and Emmy Hanna rounding out the field for Shadow Moss in lane 9.
Oh boy. A lot of heats. Trying to keep track of it all. Stella Lewis from the Snee Farm swim team. Jason, what do you think about the nickname ERS for Snee Farm? ERS as the Snee Farm mascot.
Nah.
The Snee Farm ERS. That's good? Well, Snee Farm with the win, 29-26. Stella Lewis. Reese Sego's second. Moxie Jo Galvin is third.
Fifth and final heat here. Claire Heineman, Hobcaw. Avery Johnner, Hobcaw. Jayla Muldrow, Somerville. Kara Kitlowski, top seed, Daniel Island. Bailey Ball, Crowfield. Ella Teschke, Daniel Island. Miriam Abed, North Charleston. And Reeves Sidebottom, Park Shore.
So this meet record, 26-28 from Madeline Ruthier. We'll see her younger brother Finn later. Madeline's long since graduated, swam at Tampa. I don't think anyone's getting there.
That one's safe today.
Probably. But this is tight. Are we about to get another Daniel Island winner here? Kara Kitlowski. We are. To the wall, 27-39. Second went to Bailey Ball. And DI goes 1-2 with Ella Teschke taking third.
Heat 1 of 13-14 boys, 3 swimmers here. Edward Hackler from St. Andrews, Tice Button, James Island, and Carlisle Lucarelli from Crowfield. James Island swimmer is 12 years old. In the CCAA, you are allowed to age up an age group if your age group is short. So James Island might not have very many 13-14 boys. So they've had Tice swimming up here as a 12-year-old in 13-14s. Very impressive, and he's winning his heat. Meet record here, 23.92, Luke Green. I don't see that one going down today.
No, all these Luke Green records, he was only in the CCAA for a few years. Swimming up here in North Charleston, they actually lived in Mount Pleasant. But Luke is an insanely talented swimmer with no weak strokes. No one's going to be close to that for a while.
And just last week started his collegiate journey at the Air Force Academy, where he'll be swimming.
That's amazing. Jason, I was wondering if you wanted to comment on this race about some upcoming swimmers.
I got a personal interest in a swimmer in this event. Looking forward to seeing my son swim.
What are your expectations for your son?
Oh, I just love that he's doing something that his sister and his aunts and uncles did, and so, yeah, excited.
We have the next heat in the water now. Ryan Henkel from West County in 2, Christopher Forrester from Long Point in 3, John Griggs from Northbridge in 4, Jamison Hannibal from North Charleston in 5, Isaac Cornegie from Shadow Moss in 6, Colton Atbury from Legend Oaks in 7, and Shep Wood from the Country Club in lane 8. It is Jamison Hannibal, 30.67. All right, Kara, we're seeing a lot of the same Daniel Island swimmers over and over again. How do you guys I don't even know what to ask anymore. How do you guys keep doing this?
I think we focus on having fun and applying what we learned in practice to meets.
Anything specific for that race for you?
Underwaters and definitely like breath control and like not breathing.
What is your breathing pattern, or how many breaths do you take in a 50 butterfly?
I think I did 4 or 5, but I don't really have a pattern. I just like breathe when I have to. Like I just try and hold it as long as I can.
What do you have left?
Breaststroke, IM, and the 2 free relay.
Well, it's going to be exciting. Congrats.
Thank you.
Hold still at the start.
And I think a good point there, the Daniel Island swimmers are talking about having fun. Kara came up here with 4 or 5 of her teammates and friends supporting her right after her race.
Agreed. If you can definitely tell. Ethan Lighty for North Charleston is in 2. Lucas Perry for Hobcaw in 3. In lane 4, Landon Allen Shyamalan. 4 is Cole Newington. 6 is Landon Taylor Shyamalan. 7 is Gabe Jager from Ashboro. 8, John Ross Croydon Reedy from Sneak Farm. Jason Sun. 9 is Jackson Sword from West County. Coming to the wall there, Gabe Jager from the Ashboro Alligators will get there in a time to be determined later. 28-31.
Heat 4 underway here. Carson Schleier, lane 2, Hobcaw, Max Lotta, James Island, Wade Collier, Newington, Lucas Marchenko, Ashboro, Matthew Mullen, Country Club, Hank George, Legend Oaks, Marco Franick, Daniel Island, Sam Sanders from Park Shore.
So Jason, John Ross goes exactly 1/100th slower than his seed time. At least he's consistent.
Yeah, it brings up something that coaches will talk about, which is you can't get your best time every time you swim. You just can't. But you want to stay within a certain range. So proud of him and everyone. It's a big venue. It's a big race. Good job.
Lucas Marchenko getting the win there. 2 heats in a row wins for Ashboro in 27.52. Second was Hank George, and third was Matthew Mullen.
Heat 5, Lane 2, Henry Calhorn, Sneef Farm, Michael Rosa LeBron, Somerville, Joshua Bornfleth, Crowfield, Santi Gonzalez Medina, Somerville Y, Keith Aikman, Shadowmoss, Hayward Leuchinger, Northbridge, Evan Lowe, Park Shore, and Colton Salter from Daniel Island.
This could be good. This could be really, really competitive here.
Watch out for Bornfleth in lane 4. He was in a tight second place in the freestyle.
We saw his teammate Jackson Ball win a bunch of events yesterday. Evan Lowe is right there for Park Shore.
And this one's not even close.
No, it's not. Bornfleth is going to take care of business here in 25 flat. Second was Aikman. Lowe was third.
As we'll move on to the girls 15-18, 3 swimmers here, Yana Bombakova from St. Andrews, Emily Winstead Crowfield, and Emma Ollendorf from Long Point. We'll see your meet record holder and defending champion Ellie Chalupsky in Heat 5 on record watch.
No doubt about that, even though she was just a little bit off in her medley relay leadoff. The wall here, it's Winstead in 31.82. That's pretty good.
Heat 2, starting in lane 3, Lizzie Madden Country Club, Harper Hannah Shadowmoss, Lily Dasher Fort Johnson, Neve Dutro James Island, Olivia Newmeyer Somerville, and Emma Smith from Ashboro. As we get our 13-14 boys winner, Josh Bornfleth, over here.
Josh, congratulations. That looked like it was going to be a tight rate, but you just dominated. How'd you do it?
Well, it's all because of my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. He helped me go through all this training and everything. Without him, I'd be nothing. And I also want to shout out some of my friends for also helping me, like my training partners, Evan Lowe and Keith Aikman.
You went 2-3 in that race.
Yeah, without them, I don't think I'd also be here. And all my coaches that have helped me along the way, I just want to thank them. And yeah, that's all I got to say.
Awesome. What do you have left today?
I just got 1 IM, and that's it.
Awesome. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
You see a lot of that where you have like year-round teammates who swim together, dominating events sitting there. It's kind of cool, even though they're on different teams here in the summer.
Heat 3 here, Charlie Bonavita Shadowmoss, Mackenzie Crawford Legend Oaks, Sophia Evans Northbridge, Amelia Lennon Country Club, Harper Cabello Ashboro, Callie Casa West County, Perrin Parker Northbridge, and Cecilia Jakowski Legend Oaks. Going from 2 to 9. Looking in the middle there, that's Lennon from the Country Club, with Sophia Evans on her left shoulder there, looking to be second place. 29.79 for Lennon there for the Country Club. Was that our first swimmer under 30 for this event, I think? Yep, Amelia becomes the first swimmer for this event under 30. Taking a little bit off her seat time there. Headed into Heat 4 of 5. Heat 4 will have Aaron Lee from Long Point, Zoe Cohen from Sneef Farm, Salil Smith from Park Shore, Issa Jickling, James Island, Sarah Golden Hopcaw, Ellis Wilson, North Charleston, and a pair of Newington teammates, Emily Benaki and Marley Crosby.
We're seeing a lot of really talented swimmers here, so let's see how they hold up. Who holds their seeds, who is a little bit off. It's going to make some differences here. Issa Jickling from the James Island Stingrays coming through in the middle. She'll get there in 28.30. I believe everyone there got under. Third. No, all but one swimmer got under 30 seconds there. 28.30. We'll see where that stacks up.
All right, Heat 5 is Paige Lighty, North Charleston, Lainey Fosbury, Sneak Farm, Isabella Nesselrode, Somerville, Ellie Chalupsky, Daniel Island, Maddie DeGeorge, Crowfield, Charlotte Good, Daniel Island, Phoebe Hayes, Parkshire, and Anna Hyde from Hobcaw.
Weigh in. Ellie Chalupsky. Ellie Chalupsky. 25.5 the record. I don't know if she'll get there today. Another win from Daniel Island coming. Her teammate Charlotte Good not far off. Phoebe Hayes from Parkshore putting in a late surge. 25.45. It is a record. That's our first record of the day. 4. Ellie Chalupsky of Daniel Island. Maddie DeGeorge is second. And third was Charlotte Good.
Heat 1 of 4 for the boys 15-18. AJ Corpus from St. Andrews, Grayson Kane, Legend Oaks, Brady Lett, Chamelon, Michael Silky, Ashboro, Henry Coonrod, Legend Oaks, Ryan Husinger, Crowfield, and Whit Parnell, Hobcaw. Meet record set in 2011 by James Winterfield, 22.7. It could get there.
James just wrapped up his career at the Air Force Academy.
That's right.
Qualified for NCAA's his senior year.
That's right. Longtime swimmer for the Country Club in Parkshore. As Michael Silky is going to take Heat 1 here, 29.08 for Ashboro.
Seems fast, but they're going to get so fast by the end of this event. Ellie, congratulations. You can sit if you want. I know you have backstroke again in a couple minutes. How pumped were you to get that record?
Dude, I'm swimming next to Charlotte Good. I mean, we practice all the time, me and her together, and you know, I was just up there trying to swim my best for flying fish, kind of get out of my body and just swim for Coach Rose and for the team.
So, are you already at Arizona State?
I leave Wednesday morning.
Okay, so you leave in 3 days to go swim for one of the top programs in the country.
Yes,
what does that say about just how much this means to you that you're here right now putting so much into this?
I mean, I stayed for Coach Rose and for this team. I love this team with my whole heart. We swim for each other. We don't swim for ourselves, we just swim for each other. We have each other's backs. We work hard in practice, and I think it shows in the meets.
Awesome. Well, go get ready for backstroke.
Thank you.
As Casey Parker from Crowfield took Heat 2. Heat 3 on the blocks here. Gabriel Godfrey, James Island, L.J. Levine, Daniel Island, Cole Williams, Shadow Moss, Fletcher Leuchinger, Northbridge, Carter Gladys, Newington, Jonah Perry, Hobcaw, Jude Nixick, Daniel Island, Henry Walton, and Sneed Farm.
I believe Carter there is your top seed in breaststroke, or one of your top seeds in breaststroke later on.
That's right. He had the fastest split of the breaststrokers on the medley relay. But winning his heat here for Butterfly, although a tight race with Fletcher from Northbridge, 24.30 to 24.41. The Tiger Shark over the Killer Whale.
Those are big drops for both of them. That'll move up in the last heat. Unless everyone beats their time, which I don't see as likely, that'll move up. Both of them. Third there, 25 flat, by the way, was Jonah Perry.
Heat 4 here, Jackson Gerard, North Charleston, Parker Hamilton, James Island, Gabe
freestyle
Smith,
winner.
Gabe Smith, Parkshore, Reed Scott, Chamelon, Ricardo Castro, Somerville, Sully Freese, Sneed Farm, Sean Graver, Northbridge, and Nathan Lindsay, Newington.
I have no idea, man. Gabe would be your favorite here. I think he won last year. Sully Freese, man.
Parker Hamilton had an early lead there, but look at Gabe Smith.
Parker trying to win 2 in a row. Sully's right there. Parker Hamilton in 23.24. Smith was second, Freese third, and Graber fourth. Yeah, that was fast.
And looks like Gladys and Leuchinger from Heat 3 actually hold up there for 5th and 6th. So a great race for their teams moving up in places. But Parker Hamilton makes it 2 for 2 on the day with individuals. Not too far off the record there. Less than half a second. As we'll take a break here maybe, swing on into backstroke.
And we'll get Parker back up here. I wish they let those times up longer so I could write them down. Those are some fast times. What was that winning time?
23.2.
23.2. Haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, long time no see.
So another really competitive heat with guys like Gabe and Sully and Sean, guys you've been swimming against for years.
Yeah, I saw Gabe the whole way. I knew before going into the swim, I knew he was my competition, biggest competition. I mean, he won last year, so it's a little nervous, but that one felt good for sure.
What worked? What'd you start better than the freestyle?
Yeah, my start on that one was way better than my freestyle, and I feel like my finish was well timed, so came into the wall just at the right time, so that was nice.
Yeah. How are you gonna get ready for IM? That's 4 laps now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go take a nice warm down now that I have a little bit of time in between, and hopefully I can be nice and rested for that.
Awesome. Congrats, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We're seeing some scores on the board here. I don't know how updated they are, but as of last reporting, Daniel Island has a 200-point lead over Park Shore for second. Park Shore being about 85-ish points ahead of Northridge and Sea Farm, who are in a tight battle for third and fourth. As we move on into 13-14 backstroke, 3 swimmers here: Lucy Mann, West County; Misha Zwig, Somerville; and Kate McCafferty from Fort Johnson. Record here held by Ann Thompson, one of many backstroke records held by the rising senior at Davidson College. As Jason gives her a shout out here, Bailey Ball from Crowfield, their top seed at 27.7, just 2/10 off, could be on record watch.
Jackson's sister, I assume?
I would guess that, yes. Jackson Ball, we saw 1-3 and set 3 records yesterday, something like that. So not a bad day for the Crowfield Killer Wave yesterday.
Something Eric talked about that he enjoyed was 7 and 8s, especially summer-only swimmers at that stage who end up discovering that they can do something that they never could do, and it creates a whirlwind of excitement. Remember, for Ann Thompson, she started Steve Farm as an 8-year-old, and over the course of the summer developed into an outstanding backstroke, and it changed the trajectory of her life. She swims at Davidson, and it's because of summer swimming and summer coaches here across this league that these stories happen, and then you're folded into a community or a family, and people remember the names. They remember Zach and David, and they'll remember these seniors 10 years from now. It's really neat.
As McCafferty from Fort Johnson is going to take heat 1 here. Followed closely by Misha from Somerville, 46.55 there. Taking about 2 seconds off her entry time. As we move on into heat 2 here, it's going to be Molly Hurley from Long Point, Reese Chapman, Legend Oaks, Chloe Casa, West County, Susan Horton from Chamelon, Stella Smith, Ashboro, Kensley Gibbs, Ashboro, and Victoria Nunez, Somerville. So backstroke a little bit unique. The swimmers will start in the water, holding on to the blocks for most of them. We talked a little bit about yesterday. I'm not sure if we can see it on the live stream, but 15 meters from each wall, or about 2/3 of the way down the pool, there are red buoys. That is the limit. The further red buoy is the limit of how far you can kick underwater. As you develop underwater dolphin kicks, it's actually faster for most swimmers than they're swimming on the surface. So at a certain point in late 80s, early 90s, the governing bodies of swimming said, we actually want people to swim. We don't want them to just kick underwater. Because I believe it was getting to a point where swimmers were basically just coming up for air at the turn and going back down. An impressive display nonetheless, but maybe taking away from the spirit of the sport. As a tight race there, Reese Chapman, Legend Oaks, and Chloe Casa both touching in 37.7s. But today's top swimmers are really utilizing it and pushing it to the maximum. It's something they work on in training every day. They work their underwaters. They know how many kicks it takes to get them to that mark, or how many kicks they need to do in order for them to be successful. It's all part of the training.
That was well explained. It is breathtaking when we get to the 15-18s to watch the top swimmers, how quickly they can move. It's just breathtaking.
That's right. Heat 3 underway here. Kate Lennon, Country Club, Azzy Kane, Legend Oaks, Ella Noble, Crowfield, Brooke Perry, James Island, Anna Lauerman, Sneak Farm, Alexander Chivreau, Long Point, Madison Boone, Chamelon, Margaret Hyde from Hobcaw. And it looks to be Sneak Farm there. Anna from Sneak Farm in lane 6. About a half body length ahead of Brooke Perry from James Island. Ella Noble from Crowfield pushing in. Maybe going to get second here in the heat. But it's going to be Anna Lauerman from Sneak Farm, 34.00. Taking about a second, 1.3 seconds off her entry time. Looking to move herself into the top 15. As Sneak Farm is in a tight battle with both Northbridge and Park Shore for that 2, 3, 4 spot here on day 2. Heat 4, Lily LaFlame, James Island, Aria Christie, Newington, Moxie Jo Galvin, North Charleston, Annalisa Graber, Northbridge, Helen Russell, Park Shore, Kale Walker, Newington, Ella Sidebottom, Park Shore, and Caroline Brown from Shadow Moss.
Zach, the coaches are thinking about it. Today's so emotional with the seniors, and it's the last day, and all the other different things that are happening. They're thinking about where's their team going to end up. You know, the league breaks up into 3 leagues based on your placement. In this championship meet, the red, white, and blue leagues. There's some regional work as well to try to keep teams closer to each other a little bit. But they're thinking about that and overperforming and what else happening.
A lot of things to consider here on day 2 as Kale Walker takes the heat win, 31.80, taking 2 seconds off her entry time. Heat 5 getting ready to be underway. Miriam Abed, North Charleston, Izzy Luciano, Shadow Moss, Nora Ross, Daniel Island, Bailey Ball from Crowfield, Ella Tesh from Daniel Island, Zuri Swain, Northbridge, Clara Lighty from Sneak Farm, and Harris Kern from Country Club.
All right, let's see here. Underwater's such a big role in backstroke in this 50. Even more with the older ones. You got to get a great start, great turn. Bailey Ball, we said on record watch. Zuri Swain from Northbridge looks good. Ella Teschke from DI looks good. Both DI swimmers actually coming up. And it is Ball in 28.98. Second, DI goes 2-3 with Teschke and Ross.
As we'll wait for Bailey Ball to come over here. We're starting with 13-14 boys. 3 swimmers here: Lucas Howe, St. Andrews, Van Smith, Chamelon, and Alex Jang, St. Andrews. The Ball family racking up a lot of hardware this weekend.
Absolutely.
As Lucas Howe flips first at the 25. Here is your 13-14 girls winner.
Bailey, congratulations. It's been a good meet for Crowfield. Obviously, your brother yesterday. How are you feeling about that win?
It was good. Backstroke's my favorite stroke, so I always have a lot of fun doing it.
You knew you had tough competition in that race. What did you really want to hit to make sure you got the job done?
I mean, I was trying to get first, and then it would have been good if I was even close to the record, but I did not get it, but it's okay.
And you have your brother here wearing a yellow skirt.
Yes.
Can you explain that and how we're feeling about his fashion statement here?
I like that he's coming out of his shell, because he used to be super boring.
Team spirit.
Yeah, team spirit.
Well,
yeah.
Been a good meet for Crowfield so far. Oh, real quick, what is a killer wave?
A big wave.
A really big wave.
A really big wave, you heard it here.
Yeah.
A tsunami.
Wave that kills you, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Little morbid. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
I've always wanted to ask.
David, I'm not sure it can be more descriptive. Heat 2, Carlisle, Lucarelli, Crowfield, Rutledge Ream from James Island, Charles Gabaldo from Country Club, Christian Rubiano, Legend Oaks, Jackson Hart, Chamelon, and Andrew Hale from Long Point. Here in Heat 2. Ian McLeod from Fort Johnson, a late scratch.
Looking ahead, your top seed is Nolan Mahoney. We've already heard from him today as your freestyle winner. A 35-ish for Christian Rubiano. A 35-ish.
35:46 is the official time.
I like ish.
And moving on into Heat 3. Tucker Osipchuk from Ashboro, Isaac Cornegay, Shadow Moss, Colton Atterbury, Legend Oaks, Hunter Nelson, Park Shore, Foster, D'Amico, Sneed Farm, Cole Parnell, Hobcall, Matthew Welker, Northbridge, and Christopher Forrester from Long Point. Good start underway. It looks like that's Foster from C Farm getting an early lead. Something we look for in backstroke. We want to keep our eyes looking straight up at the ceiling. We don't want to be looking around to the side because where our head goes, our body goes. So we want our head to be in a straight line as Hunter from Park Shore is going to take the Heat win here, 32-0. Followed closely by Colton and Foster from Legend Oaks and Sneed Farm. Park Shore Summary taking the Heat win there. Heat 4, Jameson Hannibal, North Charleston. John Hurlbert from Somerville, his teammate Noah Javier. In lane 4, Koa Pole from Newington. Thomas Tranfin from Northbridge. Van Pittard from Park Shore. We saw a couple Pittards yesterday. Case Cordray from Shadow Moss and Everett Miller from Crowfield rounding out the fields.
Not really seeing some of the massive underwaters here that you're going to see in the 15-18s. You'll see those guys going more than halfway underwater. All about hitting this turn, though. Whoever gets that momentum off the turn, and we see there Van Pitter did a really nice job of turning himself around there and getting going. See if these guys can run him down. Doesn't look like they will, though. All on the turn. Van to the wall in 30.25.
Great job for that 13-year-old Piranha there, looking to move himself up into the top 10 and challenging that ever-so-contested second place team in the team standings. Moving into the last heat here, Matthew Mullen Country Club, Owen Smith Ashboro, Colton Salter from Daniel Island, Nolan Mahoney Daniel Island, Anderson Campana from North Charleston, Crew Breland, Sneed Farm, Declan Gore from Newington, and Max Lotta from James Island.
It's those DI guys. Mahoney, Salta. Right there is Campana. Nolan Mahoney, another double winner for the Flying Fish, 26.58. I almost thought that was a record for a second, but it's not. 25-1. No one's getting that for a while. Second place there was his teammate Salta, and Anderson Campana takes third. 27s for the second and third place swimmers.
Daniel Island capitalizing, getting 59 points there, the most you can score in an individual event with first and second.
You were doing that in your head, weren't you? I could see the gears turning.
That's what my math degree is for. Girls 15-18 backstroke, Heat 1, Lydia Nolan, St. Andrews, and a pair of Chamelon Stingrays, Blair Aker and Audrey Rains.
You're saying the math degree doesn't help with your job as assistant swim coach at UNC Asheville?
There's some component of that.
What was your master's in?
Coaching.
That makes sense.
As we've got Nolan here.
I'm Nolan, thank you. Okay, this is, I don't know what to ask you now. What should I ask you?
I don't know.
This is your third time up here today. What are you good at in backstroke?
Backstroke,
turns, underwaters.
Underwaters, and I like moving my arms as fast as I can.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
That worked. 1-2 finish, 59 points for DI right there. You guys feeling it? Feeling this fourth straight title yet?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Well, good luck in the IM. We'll see you later.
Thank you.
as that was Lydia Nolan from St. Andrews took Heat 1. Heat 2 off and away. Anna Yance, James Island. Ava Duffy, James Island. Porter Mullins, Long Point. Anna Livingston, Ashboro. Lori Tarpon from Newington. And Josie Hurley from Long Point.
Got to tell an Ann Thompson story. Great backstroker for Steve Farm. All teams have funny traditions. Steve Farm has something called spree lays, where the spree candy. And so we never tell the kids when it's going to take place. And all of a sudden, you're swimming a relay and multicolored candies start appearing on the bottom of the pool. And I'm not saying that you're supposed to eat them or not, but generally you eat them and all. And when Ann was 8, her first year on the team, she'd never seen anything like that. She wrote me a thank you card for the 7 sprees that she got, and then gave me a box as if I was sharing my personal stash of sprees. Ann, that's for you, that story.
If she's watching.
If she's watching.
If she is, I'm sure she can let us know somehow.
Heat 3 underway here. Grace Sapko, Legend Oaks. Clara Willem, Northbridge. Bella Lazinski, Somerville. Ariana Perry, Ashboro. Kaylee Crawford, Northbridge. Vanessa Garcia, Somerville. Harper Hannah, Shadow Moss, and Jane Teagarten, the Country Club of Charleston.
Pair of 13-14 swimming up here for the Somerville YMCA. They're also the Stingrays. I can't keep track.
They are. I believe they used to be the Tidal Waves. I'm not sure if that is my memory being wrong or something changed, but tying for the victory here in Heat 3 is Perry and Crawford from Ashboro and Northbridge, 31-96.
The thing I would add, Zach talked about this very well earlier about aging up, and David's talked about limits on the number of races you could swim. There are leagues across the country where there's not as many participants, and so aging up can be essentially whatever, where you could have like a 10-year-old swim 15-18 as you're trying to create a relay. For the CCAA, it's one age group only. You can actually swim up in the relays and stay in your normal age group for your individual events, so that's okay as well.
And another little twist to the rules, you could swim up for one relay. So we had some swimmers who came back today who swam yesterday. It was Lucy Wilhoit from Park Shore. She was on there winning 11-12 relay yesterday. Didn't swim the medley relay yesterday, came back and swam on Park Shore's medley relay today with 13-14s. So Coach Joe trying to use the rules to get the most out of his team, which every team needs every point here they can get. As the win goes to Ava Noble from Crowfield in 30.33, followed by Josie Mullen.
All right. 5th and final heat, Amelia Lennon Country Club, Phoebe Hayes, Park Shore, Harriet Kelly Hobcott, Ellie Chalupski, Daniel Island, Mia DeVito, Daniel Island, Ellis Wilson, North Charleston, Lainey Fosbury, Sneed Farm, and Finley Bennett, Sneed Farm. Mia won the freestyle, Ellie won the butterfly. So here they're dueling in the backstroke here. Ellie is a defending champion and meet record holder. And she's one of those swimmers we just saw push all the way to 15 yards, 15 meters, using those underwaters to her advantage. As she is clear and away going to win this race. All that we look for is the time. 25:71, that is a new meet record.
Her second today, and faster than she went on the relay when she was just short. What a performance. Second there was Harriet Kelly in 27.93, and DeVito was third.
Phoebe Hayes was third for Park Shore.
That's what I meant. I said that, didn't I?
In so many words, yes. Mia DeVito fourth for Daniel Island. So 1-4 for Daniel Island as they look to add to their lead. Going into the boys here, heat 1 of 4. Victor Scutaru from Legend Oaks, his teammate Henry Griffin, Whit Purnell from Hopcaw, Tad Ream from James Island, Caleb Jenkins Somerville, Garrett Dressel from Crowfield, and Emery Bentley from West County. Meet record set in 2024 by Stephen Russell, 23.89. He swims at VMI. I'm not sure 23.89 is going to be touched today, but it's going to be a great race in Heat 4.
I'm pretty sure it's not. Logan and Sully were both, Logan Patterson and Sully Freese, the top 2 seeds. They were both 24s on the relay. Ellie again. Whew. Tired?
No, not at all.
Really? 3 races in an hour and a half? I know they're only 50s.
Adrenaline hasn't worn off yet.
What did you change? Obviously, you didn't get the record on the relay. What did you change to go faster in that race?
I focused on my start. I think I slipped a little bit in the relay, so focus on my start, and definitely my underwater's been working with that with Coach Lizzie. I just feel like I'm pulling lots of water.
Yeah. I don't even know what else to ask. You UTI people keep coming over so much. I ran out of questions for Nolan, too.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Heat 2 hopping in the water here. Michael Dolbeer from Long Point, Easton Linker from Shadowmoss, Gabe Cuprill from Park Shore, Ian Clare, Chamelon, Jonah Livingston, Ashboro, Noah Pomerantz, Park Shore, Yi King Yi, Long Point, and Cole Tustin, Somerville Y. Pomerantz from Park Shore. Actually, the Park Shore teammates, Pomerantz and Cuprill, going 1-2 in this heat, 28:36, 28:81. Each taking about a second off their entry times. Heat 3 hopping in the water. Jason Chalupsky, Daniel Island. Connor Stammet from Crowfield. Ryan Kafka, Chamelon. Jackson Gerard, North Charleston. Connor Good, Daniel Island, Jonah Perry, Hobcaw, Henry Walton, Sneak Farm, and Reed Aikman from Shadowmoss.
We'll see Reed and his younger brother Keith both coming up in the breaststroke. The Connor Good and Jason Chalupsky, they were the two fellas on the Daniel Island winning medley relay. And these guys trying to set the times to beat heading into the final heat. Jonah Perry from Hobcaw coming through as Jackson Gerard, 27:08. A tie between those two, Gerard and Perry, with Connor Good in third.
Heat 4 hopping in the water here. Gabriel Godfrey, James Island, Landon Berghoff, North Charleston, Nathan Lindsay, Newington, Logan Patterson, Northbridge, Sully Freese, Sneak Farm, Fletcher Leuchinger, Northbridge, Jimmy Young, Ashboro, and Alex Swetke from Newington.
This will be fun. And Alex. What the heck? That's a false start on Alex Swetke. Alex was actually over here lifeguarding yesterday right next to us.
Had a full weekend.
He has. Don't know why he did that, though. Do I have to introduce him as the Low Country Splash 6-mile champion? Alas. Sully, wow! Logan's coming back on him on the swimming, but Sully's underwaters are just so good.
Torpedo, just like his sister.
Did Logan have enough? I don't think so. Sully Freese. Logan coming!
Close there.
24:46 to 25:01. Northbridge goes 2-3 with Leuchinger taking third.
Sully Freese getting the win there in his final city meet. What we expected to be a little bit of a closer race turned out not to be so close, as a dominant win by over half a second there. Moving on into girls 13-14 breaststroke, 3 swimmers in Heat 1. Julia Landingham from Crowfield, Allison Wheeler from Chamelon, and Kate McCafferty from Fort Johnson.
Results for backstroke are on the table. I do want to announce that in 147, the girls 50-yard butterfly, Alex Orlowski set a new record. She beat the world record from last year and goes down to 25:45.
On the event break here, just doing some announcing, some housekeeping, recognizing our records that have been set today by Ellie Chalupsky. As Sully Freese makes his way over to the interview table.
Sully, some sick underwaters. You get it done. How's it feel?
feels great. This is my last season. This is all I could ever dream for. This team is amazing, and I'm just so excited because I've been looking forward to this race the entire weekend.
You were here all day yesterday. A source told me that you were feeling kind of tired after yesterday being here coaching all day. How'd you pull it together for that one?
I mean, it just takes everything, you know? It's the love of the team. I love watching all my 9-10s. They did so good. The 8-9s did so good. Every age group did so good. I'm so proud of them. It just takes hard work. It takes passion. That's all it takes.
I remember the very first year we had a live stream. It was 2014, first year of the Freese family dominating City Meet. Sophie might have been the first swimmer I called winning a race at City Meet. And this is coming to an end today. How does it feel? How much are your parents going to cry?
They're going to cry a lot. I even feel like I'm going to cry. And David Reeder, I want to tell you something. When we were, I think it was 8 years ago, you gave me an interview and you said, how does it feel to have two sisters back at home? I said, it was super bad, okay? They still annoy me, but God, do I love them. I couldn't be here without them. I'm so proud of all they do. They're in Tampa swimming right now. They're amazing. I love them. I thank my parents. None of us would ever be here without them. And all my friends and family, it's just amazing.
Appreciate it, Sully.
Thank you.
All right, as heat one of breaststroke is underway here, I'm going to give some score updates here. This is through backstroke, I believe. 19th place with 100 points, St. Andrews. 18th with 194, Fort Johnson. 17th with 360.5, West County. 16th with 499, Long Point. 15th with 552.5, Legend Oaks, as Allison Wheeler from Chamelon takes heat one. 14th, 659, Chamelon. 13th, 890.5, Ashboro. 12th, 894.5, Somerville. 11th with 1030, Country Club of Charleston. 10th place, 1534.5, Hobcaw. 9th, James Island, 1559.5. As we go into heat two of breaststroke here, Gracie Spencer, James Island. Charlie Griffin from Somerville. And we see a false start here from the swimmer in lane 3. Annabelle Wagner, Fort Johnson. Chloe Cassa, West County.
Everyone stopped.
Sayla Lineberger, West County. Kylie Sneed, Ashboro. Victoria Nunez, Somerville. And Adley Richardson, Ashboro. That's right, David. I think the older swimmers, they're a little bit more accustomed to hearing what a start and a false start noise sound like, so they know when they hear that multiple beep to stop. Whereas some of our younger swimmers yesterday,
yeah. Yesterday during the 7-8 medley relay, there was a false start, and the swimmers on the bulkhead from the far end swimming 25s. The second swimmer for Northbridge Terrace was physically restrained and still dove and swam the entire race. Twice. And then he ended up swimming again. He actually went faster the second time.
Zach knows that's just the killer whale spirit, and you can't restrain it.
I've also seen sometimes at City Meet, the 7-8s are so used to starting at the other end, they get to those relays and the starting gun goes off and both swimmers jump in.
That didn't happen, thank God.
It hasn't happened in a number of years, but it has happened.
I was a little worried.
Yes, okay, back to team scores. 10th place, 1534.5 Hobcaw. 9th, 1559.5 James Island. 8th, 1592.5 Crowfield. 7th, 1598 North Charleston. 6th place, 1764.5 is Newington. Chloe Costa getting the win there for Heat 2, 39.86. Newington was 1764.5 for 6th place. Shadow Moss, 5th place, 1775. Top 4, 21.17 Northbridge Terrace. 3rd place, 21.22, just 5 points ahead, Snee Farm. 2nd place, 2,200 points, Park Shore, and Daniel Island Swim Team with 24.79, currently leading by 279 points after backstroke. Heat 3 here. Molly Hurley, Long Point, Ella Sidebottom, Park Shore, Lauren Cooks, Park Shore, Azzy Kane, Legend Oaks, Olivia Gaines, Country Club, Lily LaFlame, James Island, MJ Hills, Legend Oaks, and Carly Russo, Long Point. So a couple of tight battles in the team race. Park Shore, Snee Farm, and Northbridge separated by 83 points between 2nd and 4th place. Shadow Moss and Newington, 10.5 points between 5th and 6th. As Lauren Cook from Park Shore takes the win there in Heat 3, 37-12. Heat 4, Caroline Brown, Shadow Moss. Arlen Hibbler from Chamelon, Ella Lathan from Shadow Moss, Hannah Doty from North Charleston, Taryn Ann Kidd from Sneak Farm, Reese Seago, Northbridge, Annalisa Graber, Northbridge, and Kate Lennon from Country Club. North Charleston and Crowfield separated by 5.5 points in 7th and 8th.
You wonder if North Charleston is going to be able to catch and get back up into that top 6. Newington has almost caught Shadow Moss. We'll see what North Charleston has left. They're swimming pretty well today.
That's right. As Jason talked about earlier, the league standings, or the final placings determine the league standings for next year. What has been the past couple of seasons, it's been 6, 6, and 7. So top 6, middle 6, and bottom 7, as Hannah Doty from North Charleston takes the heat there, 36-18, heading into the final heat here. We got Eva DeGeorge from Crowfield, Anna Dyson from Daniel Island, Kara Kitlowski from Daniel Island, Stella Lewis, Sneak Farm, Kyla Robinson, North Charleston, Mia Stephen, Newington, Avery Johnner from Hobcon, Arabella Gerber from Newington.
Mia was your winner in freestyle earlier. And she might be your winner in breaststroke, because look at her go.
And Kara won butterfly.
Yes.
But it looks to be Mia Stephen from Newington.
Just over Kara Kitlowski. 31.93.
31.93. Wow, less than a second off of Gil Shaw's record set in 2018.
Pretty fast heat. Second there was Lewis and Robin. Second there was Kitlowski and Lewis was third. We're going to get Mia up here in a second, but we want to welcome in Park Shore coach Joe Riddle, who had some words he wanted to share. Joe? We promised him time, and we're giving him a wet chair.
First, I want to say thank you to the crew up here, David, Jason, and Zach, for the time. Summer League swim team.
So real quick, we'll introduce Edward Hackler from St. Andrews, Braden Albrecht from Long Point, and Charles Gabadlo from Country Club.
Like I was saying, thank you to David. He makes this a lot funner for everyone else involved. Over there, Mr. Jason Kreutner, he's the brother of Eric Kreutner, my former head coach. This is the first year since 2008 that Park Shore has a chance to get top 3. We're in a battle with Northbridge and Sneak Farm currently. And yeah, just want to shout out all the Park Shore swimmers and coaches and parents out there.
So this event is going to be the inaugural Eric Kreutner Award. Did you ever win? You won breaststroke. Did you win 13-14 breaststroke?
I did not. I got second place in 13-14.
Jackson Scythe?
Losing to Jackson Scythe. We both broke the city record that year, but Jackson clipped me.
So what do you think? What is that like for you seeing Eric be honored like that?
I honestly, this is the first time hearing about it. So it is.
Now you know.
It is an incredible honor for whoever wins 13-14 boys breaststroke. Eric has meant a lot to the CCAA as well as Park Shore. Like I said, Park Shore is the house that Eric built, and
can agree with that for sure.
Just trying to continue that legacy through this new generation.
All right, appreciate it, Joe. Good luck.
Want me to sit?
If you want to. We've added a chair today. I think the winners are appreciating it. Mia, winning again. This one was probably, you weren't top seed here. What was your approach to this race? What did you want to get done here?
I just wanted to have fun and get it done, honestly. I was behind the block and I was like, all right, let's just win it.
What is your strength in breaststroke?
What's my strength in breaststroke?
Yeah. Is it the stroke? Underwaters, your turns? Like, what do you think made the difference there for you?
Probably my start and turns. My walls are my advantage.
And another false start. That was on lane 3, if my eyes do not deceive me. Better than yesterday when they would just swim the whole race. So, are you a back halfer in the IM?
I think so. I can catch up on my breaststroke. Hopefully that's what happens today.
All right, well, it should be interesting. Congrats.
Thank you.
Can confirm that was lane 3. Jackson Reed from Newington is in 2. Troy Truman from Fort Johnson in 3. Everett Miller from Crowfield in 4. Jackson Hart from Chamalon in 5. James Kelly from Hobcaw in 6. Luke Voorhees from James Island in 7. Keegan McGivern is in lane 8 for Daniel Island, and Van Pittard from Park Shore in 9. It's funny seeing James Kelly and Van Pittard racing each other. Those two know each other quite well. They swim together at Porter-Gaud. Van, and at the Wahoos, I believe. Van 34.63.
Wow, 3.5-second drop nearly for the 13-year-old Van Pittard.
We saw his younger siblings, Witt and Reeve, yesterday. We'll see his sister Sloan in just a minute.
Yep, Heat 4, Thomas Tranfin from Northbridge, Will Canning from Shadow Moss, Carson Schleier from Hobcaw, Easton Dross from Somerville, Lucas Marchenko, Ashboro, Cypher Griffin from Daniel Island, Tom Cardy Kornbaum from Newington in 8, and Lucas Uzinski, Legend Oaks in 9.
Easton Drost from the Somerville Y pulling out in front of this heat. He'll get there. 32-37.
Almost takes a bite out of the wall there. Not sure it tastes very good. Jesus. I've done it myself.
Haven't we all?
It's not a fun thing to do. Here we go, Heat 5. Prue Breland from Sneak Farm, Anderson Campana from North Charleston, Keith Aikman, Shadow Moss, Hayward Loischinger from Northbridge, Henry Calhorn from Sneak Farm, Evan Lowe, Park Shore, Michael Rosa LeBron from Somerville, and Braden Knauer from North Charleston.
This will be good.
Hayward in lane 5 is your 11-12 record holder. Swimming here is a 13-year-old. He's looking to become the inaugural winner of the Eric Kreutner Award.
Hayward gets off the wall. Here comes Keith and Evan Lowe from Park Shore. Hayward has size on these guys, and I think that's going to make the difference here. Even as Keith is lunging for the wall. Hayward 29-39. No record. His teammate Sean Graber still has that, but that's a nice swim.
13-year-olds going 1-2 in that race. Look for them to battle again next year and possibly send that record to the cleaners.
To the cleaners.
I think that's an expression.
I've never heard that expression.
Maybe take it to the cleaners. Girls 50 breaststroke. Heat 1 of 4, Sydney Benton, North Charleston, Emily Almagur from Long Point.
Good.
Elizabeth Whelan from Chamalon, Mackenzie Crawford, Legend Oaks, Jane Teagarden Country Club, Olivia Newmeyer from Somerville, and Sarah Gray Heineman from Hobcaw. Meet record set in 2023 by Lindsay Burbage. Our top seed Grace Marsa, 30.99. Could be a potential record there. Lindsay went on to swim for the University of Massachusetts.
We have a... Still there, as a matter of fact.
Still there. I think rising senior, maybe?
Who is this? Hayward.
Looks like Lydia Nolan from St. Andrews, 36.27. Not on our heat sheets, maybe a late addition. But getting a win there in Heat 1. Heat 2 underway here. Lynn Barnes, North Charleston. Gardner Robbins, Northbridge. Dee Dutro, James Island. Priya Cardell, Shadow Moss. Brooke Schwartzberg, Crowfield. Tegan Hale from Long Point. Hadley Newland from the Country Club. And Blythe Alexander from James Island. As well. No Hayward?
No Hayward. We'll see. Probably not.
As that is Dutro from James Island and
goggles.
Robbins from Northbridge. Yep, no goggles there for the swimmer from James Island. Kind of old school. Taking a heat win there, 35-75. Followed closely by Gardner Robbins Northbridge, 36-12. Big drops for the both of them. Heat 3 here, M.M. Halford from Park Shore, Harper Cabello from Ashboro, Sloan Pittard from Park Shore. We just saw her sibling meet earlier.
Brother Van, yeah.
Brother Van.
Two younger brothers yesterday.
Marley Crosby Newington, Finley Bennett Sneed Farm, Cora Flanagan Shadowhouse, and Ann Hyde from Hogpot, and Cecilia Jakowski from Legend Oaks. Sloan Pittard from Park Shore taking an early lead at the turn. Just down and back. In these 50 races, short and sweet. But
the time to be here.
Finley Bennett trying to make it interesting here, but it's going to be Pittard, 33-61. The top entry time going into, top result going into the final heat there. It takes a second and a half off her time. As we set the lanes, Heat 4, Mackenzie Levine, Daniel Island, Isabella Nessel Road, Somerville, Kate Spillane, Sneed Farm, Grace Marsa, Newington, Ariana Perry, Ashboro, Ava Noble, Crowfield, Perrin Parker, Northbridge, and Lila Mahoney, Daniel Island.
Lila, the older sister of Nolan, who we've had twice today as winner, actually 3 times, including the relay. Grace Marsa. What was that time? 33-61, we said?
33-61, yes, the top time. That could push for a top 10 finish.
Oh, no question. Whoa, look at Kate Spillane. I did not see her that first 25. She's coming through now. Trying to get there, but it won't be. It'll be Grace Marsa. No record here.
30-71.
30-71.
A great time there for the Tiger Shark. Kate Spillane second, 31-43. Third place out in lane 8, Perrin Parker from Northbridge, picking up some points there for the Killer Whales. Moving on to boys 15-18, 4 heats here. Baker Mullins, Long Point, Grayson Kane, Legend Oaks, Henry Coonrod, Legend Oaks, Barclay Irvine, Hobcott, Jackson Stevens, Crowfield, Michael Dobier, Long Point, Jude Sword, West County. Meet record set in 2016 by Nick Wukovitz, 26-67.
Oh, Wookie.
It might be safe today, but who knows? Carter Gladys looked really strong on the relay, and he'll be pushed by Sean Graber, Michael Kukla, Angel Fernandez, and Dawson Capps there, all seated at 28s.
Yeah, it's weird. Sean's won so many times in this event, but he's seated 5th. So we'll see what happens here.
As we look to get Grace over here, the winner of the girls'
she'll do it.
breaststroke, yep. As Barclay Irvine from Hobcott takes heat 1.
Grace, how many wins does the city meet for you in breaststroke?
This is only my 2nd win for city meet.
Really?
Yeah.
How badly did you want to get it your senior year, your last breaststroke from the city meet?
I really wanted to get it because this is my last meet. I go to college in a week. This is it, and it was a fun way to end it.
You're going to swim in college, right?
Yeah, Virginia Tech.
How excited are you for that new experience?
I'm so excited. I think it's going to be a lot of speed, a lot of fun energy. I'm ready to go.
No more 50s, though.
No more 50s. That's going to be sad, but it'll be fun. 100, 200.
Ew. Congrats, Grace.
Thank you.
Heat 2 here, Wheeler Cooper, Chamelon, Landon Burgod, North Charleston, Michael Cornegay, Shadow Moss, Simon Ford, Park Shore, Luke Foster, Ashboro, Noah Pomerantz, Park Shore, McCrae Burns, Hobcott, Nathan Bloch, Ashboro. A tight race here. It looks like Pomerantz from Park Shore is going to take it 31-62. You just heard Grace Marsa going to college to swim for Virginia Tech. Coach Sergio Lopez, a great breaststroker in his own right.
I forget that he's been coaching so long.
He's a funny guy. I was fortunate enough to have a dinner with him a few months ago.
Definitely a funny guy.
Lots of stories to tell.
Zach says he is unwilling to have any say in this because his brother Steven is there in lane 5. In lane 2 is Isaac Gemman from James Island. 3 is Colton Bennett from Sneed Farm. 4 is Reed Aikman from Shadow Moss. 6 is Landon Piscatelli from Newington. 7 is Garrett Blankenship from Sneed Farm. And from DI is LJ Levine and Jason Chalupski. Stephen Moody brother of our announcer, Zach. He's trying to run down Garrett Blankenship. He will. He'll get the win at 28-7-3. Blankenship was second at 29-4-2, and Aitman was third in 29-5-0. 28-7-3, that's pretty good. By far the top time.
By far has surpassed his older brother's breaststroke abilities.
Yeah, but not distance swimming abilities.
We're talking city meet here, David.
We are.
All right, Heat 4, Artem Sokolov, Somerville, Sean Graber, Northbridge, Micah Kukla, Somerville, Carter Gladys, Newington, Angel Fernandez, James Island, Dawson Capps, Chamalon, Christian T-Ball, North Charleston, and Kason Parker, Crowfield.
There goes Carter Gladys in the middle. Trying to stay with him are Angel Fernandez and Sean Graber.
Carter Gladys and Sean Graber, sorry to butt in, but they do battle in high school season, year-round swimming,
This
and
is gonna be
summer
close.
league. It's a great race here.
I think Carter has it.
Sean does have the reach, though. It might be close there.
27-2-2 to 27-6. Fernandez takes third.
Fernandez is third. Stephen Moody going to be fourth place there with
He
the 28-7.
He will be, yes.
His final individual swim.
Carter Gladys getting the win, though, at 27.22.
Final individual swim there for the Moody family after 20 years of competing in the CCAA. Starting with our older sister, Samantha, at the JCC.
Is she watching?
I don't know if she's watching. She might be watching.
Probably should be.
We're going to go on to the girls' IM here. We might have a little break for announcements. But Carter Gladys got the win there, 27-2, I think. 27-2. But a great race between Gladys and Graber.
Carter. Yeah, you're welcome to sit down. You've obviously gone head-to-head with Sean for a while, high school season, year-round. And I knew you wanted to get that win pretty bad. How'd you do it?
I dove in, and then I swam. But I've been practicing. I took some notes from my relay split. I did 6 strokes on the first lap. Set me up pretty well into my wall.
What are you most happy with in that race? Or what worked so well?
My underwaters.
Underwaters, yeah. Means everything in a race like that. Congrats. Go get ready for the IM.
All right, thank you.
Newington there winning both older breaststrokes. 15-18 girls and boys. Carter still sounded maybe a little tired from his race, but he's going to get ready for an IM and a relay coming up soon here. But very descriptive on what he did well. He dove in, he swam, he turned around, he came back. You know, something that I like to joke around with my swimmers that I coach. If you're tired, if you hit a wall, turn around, go the other way. As David's off to get us some score updates. Here it's coming through on Meet Mobile. Some of the tight races here. Park Shore is 37.5 points ahead of Sneak Farm, second and third. Sneak Farm holds a 15-point lead over Northbridge for third and fourth. Newington has overtaken Shadow Moss, fifth and sixth. Crowfield, James Island, and Hobcaw in eighth, ninth, and 10th in a tight race there. About 65 points between the three of them. Getting into the IM race here. 3 swimmers in Heat 1, Madeline Silky Ashboro, Azzy Kane from Legend Oaks, and Kylie Sneed from Ashboro. Meet record set in 2021 by Adair Shaw, 101.79. Your top seed, Kara Ketlowski, 102.71. Could be on record watch today. She won butterfly and was pretty strong in the breaststroke, I believe. So very well balanced IMers here. We also have Bailey Ball and Mia Steven, some winners today. So always great to see the individual stroke winners come together for an IM. As Azzy Kane touches first in Heat 1 at the 50. Legend Oaks switching over to breaststroke now. Remember, we go 1 lap each of butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, and freestyle. All stroke rules must be observed. 2-hand touches on fly and breast, finishing on our back on backstroke. And something that's actually unique to the IM and the medley relays, usually we call freestyle. Most swimmers do the crawl stroke. In an IM and a medley relay, the fourth lap is any style not already have swum. So a swimmer cannot do butterfly, backstroke, or breaststroke on the fourth lap of an IM or on the anchor leg of a medley relay. You don't see that too often, but there are some nuances with rules there. You got to push off on your side towards your stomach, so you're not pushing off on your back and being considered on your back. That was the Ryan Lochte rule about 10 years ago at the world stage. As we go on to Heat 2 here, Ava Schaefer, Legend Oaks, Murphy Sullivan, Long Point. Maybe a little movement on the blocks here. We're calling them back to the blocks here. Carly Russo, Long Point 4, Lily LaFlame, James Island, Isabella Green, West County, Harris Kern, Country Club, Chloe Casa, West County, and Brooke Perry from James Island in 99.
IM takes longer, and it's like this important event, but also a lull. And the coaches are looking at projections and and then they're firing up their relays. We have 4 relays left. But you can see already with the scores that Zach just read that Daniel Allen's about to accomplish history. This will be their 4th straight championship, on the 2nd time that a team has won 4 years in a row. And so it's not over yet, but kudos to Coach Rose Van Meter and the Daniel Allen swim team and community for the sustained success. It's not easy to maintain that level of high-level performance, and you can tell how close the Daniel Allen swimmers are from yesterday to today, and it's really a hallmark of summer swimming. It's really, really neat, so good job for them.
Yeah, Daniel Allen has done a great job these last couple of years, and slowly building their way up to the top. Their team is only about 20 years old, maybe a few more years older than 20 years old, starting with a very small team back when Daniel Allen was being developed. But they've risen to be now the new powerhouse of the CCAA, as Harris Kern is going to get the win here in Heat 2, 1:15.26, followed closely by Isabella from West County. Heat 3, Emma Jo Goodall, Somerville, Isabel Gregg, Chamelon, Jayla Muldrow, Somerville, Zuri Swain, Northbridge, Aria Christie from Newington, Olivia Gaines from Country Club, Ella Sidebottom from Park Shore, and Elliot Birch from Fort Johnson. Another thing you'll see as we get into these older age groups, 13, 14, and 15, 18, they know how to adjust their strokes and time their walls. So they're coming in on a full stroke on butterfly and breaststroke, hitting the wall perfectly on backstroke. Something we saw a little bit yesterday, maybe some more times being unsure or crashing into the wall. And it's just something we learn. During warm-ups, we figure out what the ceiling looks like, how the flags are in an indoor pool, maybe not blowing, but how they're leaning. As this is Jayla and Zuri from Somerville and Northbridge, respectively, taking the 75 turn. And David's back.
Zuri not a breaststroke, but we saw that there. What's our top time so far?
1:15.
1:15. They'll be well under that. Zuri trying to track down
a strong freestyler.
Yeah, and she will. 109.27.
A pair of 109s there from Zuri Swain and Jayla Muldrow.
They both dropped about 2 seconds. They were seated with identical 111s. Aria, no, excuse me. Jayla was seated behind her. Aria, she dropped 3.5 seconds. Third in that heat was Aria Christie.
Moving on to Heat 4, Caroline Brown, Shadow Moss, Kyla Robinson, North Charleston, Claire Heineman, Hogpaw, Reeves Sidebottom, Park Shore, Madison Lay, Chamelon, Izzy Luciano from Shadow Moss, Eva DeGeorge, Crowfield, and Reese Seago from Northbridge. David, how important is it for swimmers like the swimmers from Northbridge, Park Shore, and Sea Farm to move up and get these critical points in a tight team race for second?
Very. It's like, I'm out of questions asked too, so I ask how much of something, and these people like, I don't know, a lot. It's very important.
as side bottom from Park Shore, touching first to the 50. Going into the breaststroke. We'll see if he's got some breaststrokers coming along. I don't know why I'm laughing at that question. Very important, Zach. I was looking for some expansion on that topic. But you seem to know more about the scores and the inner workings of the teams.
Like you don't?
When we were battling Coosaw, one of the most impressive teams that also built themselves up over the 2000s. With the heat sheets, you have a sense of how things are looking already. And so we would have meetings. The older kids are like coaches. You could talk to them about, well, who you racing against, Coosaw, and this and that, whatever. Most older kids don't need a lot of motivation, but there's an emotional side, and some of them can really step up.
Going into Heat 5, Avery Johnner, Hobcob, Bailey Ball, Crowfield, Mia Stephen, Newington, Kara Kitlowski, Daniel Island, Ella Tesh, Daniel Island, Stella Lewis, Sneak Farm, Clara Lighty, Sneak Farm, and Hannah Doty from North Charleston. Yeah, some great battles between Sneak Farm and Coosaw back in the day. Last 3 years of the city meet, Coosaw had a run of 3 in a row. But I believe there was one city meet where it was decided by less than 10 points. Is that correct?
That wasn't one of the ones they won, though.
That was a Sneak Farm, yes.
2008.
So tight battles in many years, going all the way into the last relays, making sure we're being safe on our starts and exchanges as Bailey Ball touches first to the 50.
So we have 3 winners here. Bailey won, remind me, backstroke, Mia won free and breast, and Kara won fly.
Kara won butterfly, yep.
Breaststroke's so important. Mia was talking about her strategy for this, and it was to kind of go through on that breaststroke, and that's exactly what she did. Trying to hold off these DI girls, Teschke and Kitlowski. I don't know if she's going to do it, though. Mia Steffen and Kara Kitlowski. It's Kara Kitlowski at 1:02.55 by 0.2 of a second. What a race. (1:02.55 to 1:02.75), and third there was another DI swimmer, Ella Teschke.
A great race there between DI and Newington. Each swimmer really played to their strengths, but at the end it was just a race, and they had to tough it out and get to the wall. As we move on into the boys, 4 swimmers in Heat 1: Lucas House, St. Andrews, Landon Allen, Chamelon, Braden Albrecht, Long Point, and Edward Hackler from St. Andrews. David, make sure the airwaves are clear. Had some hecklers behind us, maybe supporting, maybe heckling, who knows. But nonetheless,
middle 8th graders think they can get away with whatever they want.
Yeah, we want to make sure all the spectators are over in the spectator stands, so it really amplifies the noise over there. It amplifies the energy. If we've got noises coming from different areas, it'll kind of cancel each other out.
Throw off your vibe, Zach.
Some acoustics. No, David, that's just acoustics. That's science. As we've got the winner
I don't
here.
know anything about that. Okay, you want to stand. Kara, that was a pretty exciting race there. How'd you get it done? Obviously, Mia was coming on breaststroke.
I really focused on my backstroke tempo and also my breaststroke tempo.
What's it like that the end of that freestyle, it's just when it's kind of pure grit?
Yeah, it's definitely hard, but I'm just focused on finishing and just giving it my all in between the flags and the wall.
All right, go get ready for this relay.
Thank you.
Oh. We lost Zach. Back to the 8 and under session yesterday. It was just you and me, Jason.
Excited.
What do you say to these when you were coaching to your 13, 14s swimming IM? Obviously, for some of them, it feels like a long race. People who have never done high school or year-round swimming, but it's not. It's just 100.
With 8 and unders like yesterday, they look up to the older kids. Sometimes they'll want to. You can motivate them by thinking about the older kids who've invested a lot of time and attention in you. And for 13, 14s, they feel that sense of, you can tap into a sense of debt back, that they know that the team has meant something to them over the years. And so you'll see swimmers from all teams today take it to the next level maybe they never did that in a year-round meet or a high school meet, because it's something that they've done maybe for 10, 12, 15 years. And seeing that emotional response, it's awe-inspiring.
How about getting them to swim fast in their weak strokes and survive a 4-lap gasp race?
Yeah, 100 sprinting.
I know that, as someone who swims the mile.
There you go, yeah. Just got to do it.
They don't. Some of them don't. I mean, you see some of these guys, oh my God, it's a 50.
Well, and that's a coach's job, too, is to be paying attention this year, next year, and identifying and cultivating swimmers so you can have competition for the IM and all your different age groups and genders. Because sometimes it feels like a burden, as you're talking about, but other times it feels like an honor that you see me being a good IM swimmer.
Case Cordray in 108.62, followed by Landon Taylor. The other swimmers in that heat were Adam Harwick, Lucas Jasinski, Christian Albert, Everett Miller, Christopher Forrester, and Troy Truman. Again, your top time, 108.62. Lane 2 is James Kelly from Hobcaw. Lane 3 is Matthew Mullen from the Country Club. In lane 4 is Thomas Tranfan from Northbridge. In lane 5 is Braden Knauer from North Charleston. Lane 6 is Koa Pohl from Newington. Lane 8, Jackson Sword from West County. And in lane 9 is Van Pittard from Park Shore. It's Guar, Declan Guar having the lead there. In a fairly tight heat, though.
Yeah, I'm shouting out James Kelly from Hobcaw. It's one of my son's good friends.
James, we saw his older sister Harriet a little bit ago. We'll see her again. And another older sister, Elizabeth, who's actually on the Hobcaw coaching staff. Braden Knauer is going to win this heat in 106.59. Second was Pittard. Guar taking third. Heat 4. Lane 2 is Max Lotta from James Island. Lane 5 is Anderson Campana from North Charleston. 4 is Lucas Marchenko from Ashboro. In 5 is Colton Salta from Daniel Island. 6 is Easton Drost from Somerville Y. 7 is Owen Smith from Ashboro. 8 is Hank George, Legend Oaks. 9 is Carson Schleier from Hobcaw. Oh, am I in the middle now?
I don't know. Does that mean I have to do the interviews?
Sweet.
No. Oh, you want to get away from him?
You can be in the middle, Jason.
Oh, no, I'm all good.
Knauer won the last heat. Will another North Charleston swimmer get this heat? Anderson Campana. No, it's going to be Colton Salta from DI in 102.70. We got to keep an eye on that time. Certainly will move up. Second was Campana in 103.07.
All right, Heat 5 here. Hayward Loisinger, Northbridge. Drew Breland, Steve Farm, Joshua Bornfleth, Crofield, Nolan Mahoney, Daniel Island, Keith Aikman, Shadow Moss, Evan Lowe, Park Shore, Henry Calhorn, Steve Farm, and Michael Rosa LeBron from Somerville. We've seen Nolan Mahoney and Joshua Bornfleth here today. Hayward Loisinger also won the breaststroke.
Yep, a lot of winners in here. All of them, actually. Nolan's won 2, Josh won 1, and Hayward won 1. So we can assume they'll all shine on their respective strokes. Josh in front right now, over Nolan. Hayward in 6th. We'll see what changes here on breaststroke, because I don't believe we saw either of those other two in breaststroke. Keith Aikman, a breaststroker, coming through there in the middle.
And we'll see Mahoney. But Bornfleth is not going away, neither is Aikman.
Mahoney, 57.07. Bornfleth barely over Aikman. Lowe getting 4th. We're going to bring back Nolan Mahoney after his Triple Crown win in 57.07.
Girls 15-18 IM, 3 swimmers in Heat 1 here. Yana Bombakova from St. Andrews, Porter Mullins, Long Point, and Lydia Nolan from St. Andrews.
Oh, this is all going so fast. It's been fun.
We got a ways to go, Jason.
Oh my goodness.
10
Less
more
than
heats
an
of
hour.
IM. Bunch of heats of relays.
Tight race going into the halfway point between Lydia and Porter. And coming into the final finish, it is going to be Porter Mullins, although Lydia Nolan is not going away here with Nolan Mahoney.
All right, as Mullins wins that in 1:14.03. All right, Nolan. Always fun in this IM when we see people who've won different strokes. Josh was obviously right there for a lot of the race. You had the breaststrokers coming. What were you thinking about?
I was just trying to keep up with them, and I knew I was going to push my freestyle. I was trying to get a big enough lead to hopefully win.
How do you put yourself in position to have such a good freestyle at the end of an IM?
I feel like you have to conserve the first 50, and then you start building that breaststroke, and then give it all you got on the freestyle.
Yeah. Well, congrats, man. Go get ready for the relay.
Thank you.
All right, Heat 2 underway here. Girls IM, Bella Lazinski, Somerville, Ariana Perry, Ashboro, Grace Sapko, Legend Oaks, Callie Casa, West County, Hadley Newland Country Club, and Neve Dutro, James Island.
Yeah, we're here doing our IMs, 15-18s, moving along. Here with Zach and David for a league that's been around for almost 60 years. Sometimes announcers for something like this might just sort of be thrown in, but you've got two excellent commentators who care deeply about this league and have been vested and involved for a few decades. And so thanks to Zach and David. So I hope the people at home appreciate the insights and how much they are devoted to this league and their families and their teams. It's just been a really great experience. And hopefully at home you feel that as well too. And for the streaming, you know, here we're watching, we got a front row seat with the graphics and the score updates, you know, the people, the Lichty family that have been making all this happen. It's just amazing. So thanks everybody.
As that was Sapko from Legend Oaks that took the win there in Heat 2. Heat 3, Harper Cabello from Ashboro, Addie Green from Legend Oaks, Cora Flanagan, Shadow Moss, Sophia Evans, Northbridge, Josie Mullen, Crowfield, Perrin Parker, Northbridge, Amelia Lennon Country Club, and Charlie Bonavita from Shadow Moss. Jason, thanks for that shout out. I think David and I.
Who was the shout out for?
You too.
You,
Oh,
me,
thank you, Jason.
everybody working the meet, everybody running, helping set up the meet. But I think it just The summer league here is really special.
We got you back for another one.
At least for me, that's where I got my start swimming.
We'll see you next year, right, Zach?
TBD.
That contract right over.
Yeah. Only if I get a pay increase.
I will get you a 200% pay increase.
All right. But anyway, the league here, the CCAA, is where I got my start with swimming, and it's just
on your way to a successful college career.
Shaped
Division I college career.
Shaped my life in a way that you just don't get with this kind of community and this kind of environment. So very thankful to have been a part of it all these years. As that is Sophia Evans and Josie Mullen battling here. Northbridge and Crowfield. The Killer Whales and the Killer Waves. A lot of killing there. 106.7 for Josie Mullen there. As a middle school teacher, David heard that number a lot, I'm sure.
No comment.
Heat 4 here, Emily Benaki, Newington, Anna Hyde, Hobcoff, Phoebe Hayes, Park Shore, Isa Jickling, James Island, Paige Lighty, North Charleston, Ellis Wilson, North Charleston, Aaron Lee, Long Point, and Russell Perlmutter from Park Shore.
Cannot believe you said that.
It's for the fans, David.
It's not.
As Phoebe Hayes, who finished well in the butterfly, took an early lead there with some strong underwaters. She's going to be about body length clear coming into halfway. Almost 2-second lead. Let's see how her breaststroke is. Coming up the next heat, we've got double event winner, double record setter, Ellie Chalupski. Freestyle winner, Mia DeVito and Grace Marcia, the breaststroke winner. They'll all be chasing Adair Shaw's record set 2 years ago, 58.16.
1:04.85 for Phoebe Hayes. In that heat.
Adair, of course, just finished off her first year at the Ohio State University. NCAA qualifier in the 1650 freestyle in the 400 IM. Final heat, Isabella Nessler, Somerville, Madeline DeGeorge, Crowfield, Mia DeVito, Daniel Island, Ellie Chalupski, Daniel Island, Kate Spillane, Sea Farm, Grace Marcia, Newington, Harriet Kelly, Hopcaw, and Finley Bennett, Sneef Farm.
This will be exciting. One record that has eluded Ellie, and in her final individual Summer League swim, I mean, she's going to win this. I don't think I'm spoiling the plot by saying that. She's trying to get that record.
And I'm sure would love to add another.
I believe they swam together year-round,
yes,
Ellie and Adair.
Longtime training partners as she touches first of the 50, 26.58. So we're looking for about 30 seconds on the way back. Give or take a few tenths.
31, math major.
He's single-handedly like 30.
As Chalupski is coming under the flags here, no doubt she's going to win. A tight race for second here between DeVito and Spillane. Marcia over there as well. Ellie touches first, 58.84 for a 3.5-second victory over her teammate. Daniel Island goes 1-2, adding another 59 points to their total. And Ellie becomes another Triple Crown winner for the day. Final individual event of the day of the meet. Boys 15-18 IM, 4 heats. Jude Sword, West County, McCrae Burns, Hobcaw, Caleb Cheney, Ashboro, Connor Stament from Crowfield, Yaking Yi from Long Point, Henry Coonrod from Legend Oaks, Grayson Kane, Legend Oaks, and AJ Corpus from St. Andrews. Meet record, Nick Wookie, 52.46 back in 2016.
Maybe your top seed is Logan Patterson, who just finished his freshman year of high school. Maybe one day Logan can get that fast. I don't think any of them will be going that fast right now.
Not sure we're going to see a 52 this year, but the top...
We got some names in this.
Top 7 seeds are all within 0.8 of a second.
Okay, so your top seeds, Logan Patterson was second in backstroke. Garrett has been right there in both of his events. Sean was second in breaststroke. Parker won free and fly. Carter won breaststroke. Sully won backstroke. Yeah.
Remember when 15, 18, and 1989 when Eric was talking earlier about how we won the championship that year against Ashboro. My last individual event was at the JCC. There was a rain delay.
What? No
I know.
way.
I know. Swim IM.
102.76.
The only time that my younger brother Kevin ever beat me in the IM win. He never lets me forget it.
So funny about a rain delay. In the old City Meet heat sheets, I used to print trivia for the rain delay, which I had printed out earlier.
No more rain delays is a benefit. All right, Ellie and Mia. Ellie, I bet you probably wanted to get that record, so no.
It is what it is. I'm just happy to be swimming.
And surviving breaststroke.
Yeah. I survived it. That's all that counts.
The emotions right now is we're one relay to go.
One relay to go.
One relay to go.
Man,
gonna rip it.
I love swimming alongside Mia. She's a great competitor.
Swimming with my best friend. That was great.
Oh my gosh.
Swim with her. That was perfect.
Well, good luck, guys. One more.
Thank you.
This is heat 2 out of 4. Yidong Yi from Long Point in 2. Brendan Kofke from Shyamalan in 3. Noah Pomerantz from Park Shore in 4. Jonah Perry from Hobcon in 5. Angel Fernandez from James Island in 6. Jimmy Young from Ashboro in 7. Micah Cornegie in 8 for Shadamoss, and Reed Scott for Shyamalan in 9.
Jonah Perry taking an early lead for Hobcon in the middle of the pool. Although Pomerantz had a strong breaststroke earlier and making a move on his right shoulder there. And a family of great freestylers, so he'll be looking to bring it home here. But Angel Fernandez for James Island as well. Great race here in Heat 2.
Big drops. Minute .42 for Jonah Perry. A minute .83 for Noah Pomerantz, and Fernandez is in 3rd.
So we head into Heat 3 here. Connor Good, Daniel Island, Reed Aikman, Shadamoss, Christian Thibault, North Charleston, Jackson Gerard, North Charleston, Jason Chalupsky, Daniel Island, Gabe Smith, Park Shore, Micah Kukla, Summerville, and Kason Parker from Crowfield. You'll see we see our first swimmers here seated under a minute as we have a Jackson Gerard hops in the water here. As our starter David Parler says stand, maybe some movement, maybe some noise, who knows. But we're looking for these swimmers to break a minute here. And I think there's just something about seeing that time have 4 digits as opposed to 5. It's certainly a big barrier to break through in any stroke here, but here in Summer League we swim the IM. So Gabe Smith, who was second in butterfly, he's going to take an early lead into the first turn. Look for him to get out front as the Piranhas make a push for their first top 3 finish in 18 years. Jackson Gerard coming through on the backstroke now is taking a lead. Pair of North Charleston Barracudas in the middle there, 4 and 5. Reed Aikman, though, a strong breaststroke over Shadamoss down here in 3. He's going to touch first at 75.
We talked to Reed's sister Clara yesterday. We've seen his brother Keith as well. Reed might take this one.
It's going to be tight down the stretch. I mean, you could drop a line there and read any of them. 58.39 for Aikman, 58.47 for Smith, 58.59 for Chalupsky, 58.85 for Gerard, and Thibault was in 5th in that heat, 59.12, 8/10 there.
We'll see how those times stack up.
4th and final heat, Sully Freeze, Steve Farm, Carter Gladys, Newington, Sean Graber, Northbridge, Logan Patterson, Northbridge, Garrett Blankenship, Steve Farm, Parker Hamilton, James Island, Nathan Lindsay, Newington, and Ricardo de Castro, Somerville. So we'll look for Parker Hamilton early on. Logan Patterson, Sully Freeze going to move through on the backstroke, and then Carter Gladys and Sean Graber will be making their moves on breaststroke.
Logan and Sully out front. It's Logan by a couple tenths. at the halfway point. Sorry, that was Logan and Parker out front. Sully in third. The green caps, James Island and Sneap Farm.
But look at lanes 3 and 4. That is
Breaststrokers.
Gladys and Graber, top 2 in breaststroke, have made their moves. And
Gladys is first.
Gladys touches first.
Can he hold on? Hamilton, Patterson. It looks like Logan Patterson is slightly ahead. To the wall. Logan gets there in 54.44. A lot of 54s there. Gladys was second. Hamilton third. Graber fourth. Fries fifth.
Logan Patterson making a statement as a 15-year-old, coming in and beating all the older boys, and he's going to set himself up for 3 more years of probably some great IMs, and we talked about possibly a record in the future.
See, Sully's a senior, Sean's a senior. I don't think Carter is.
Carter's got one more year.
Carter's got one more year.
Parker's a senior.
Parker's a senior.
Nathan Lindsay was a senior.
Yep. So Ricardo
de Castro at 9 was also a 15-year-old.
Yeah,
so.
and Garrett has another year as well.
So, all right, individual events are done for the day.
Meet.
Done for the meet, excuse me.
Logan. That was tight. Obviously, you were real close in backstroke. How? What had to go right to get that job done against some people who are a lot better than you at breaststroke?
I think the biggest thing is just looking forward. I didn't want to look to the side of me to worry too much about everyone else. Just had to focus on myself.
How do you hold on breaststroke when you know that guys like Carter and Sean are coming?
I just gotta pray and get ahead in the first half.
Yeah. That record, 52.4. Are we gonna see that in the next 3 years?
Maybe, I don't know. It's tough to beat.
All right. Well, go get ready for the relay.
Thank you.
All right, moving on into the relays. We've got 8 heats of swimming left this year in the CCAA. 2 heats of each relays, 13, 14s, and 15, 18s. Wow, look at that. Park Shore and Sneap Farm tied for second place right now, 2,504 points. Northbridge, less than 50 points back. That is going to be a very tight battle going into the final 4 events as well. Newington and Shadamoss only separate about 60 points for 5th and 6th there. North Charleston and Crowfield about 50 points there. James Island and Hopcaw, 12 points between the two of them for 9th and 10th. So lots of close battles here as we go to the relays. And I think coaches are going to be looking for safe starts. Relays are double points. Especially in tight races like this, we don't want to jeopardize the 50 or 60 points we could gain to maybe improve our time by a few tenths. Right, David? Safe starts on relays?
Look, that could completely change this meet for a lot of teams right now.
And I just want to add in that Daniel Island, while there's still events left, Daniel Island has officially clinched their 4th title in a row. Sneap Farm or Park Shore could win all 4 relays. Daniel Island could get DQ'd in all 4 relays, and Daniel Island would still win the meet. That is a dominating victory for the Flying Fish in their 4th year in a row. Like Jason said earlier, just the 2nd team ever to accomplish that feat. But they're going to look to add on to their titles here. They've had some great individual performances today. Now they're all going to come together for some outstanding relays. Heat 1 of girls 13-14. We've got Chamelon, James Island, Crowfield, Long Point, Legend Oaks, and Ashboro. 6 teams here in the first heat. As Crowfield taking an early lead here on the first leg. Some different relay strategies coming into play here. Some teams will opt to go fast to slow. Some teams will reserve their fastest for the end. Some teams like to mix it up in the middle and put a fast swimmer in the middle there. But it really comes to what the coaches feel is best for their swimmers, how their swimmers perform under pressure. And we see Long Point overtaking Crowfield here. So you see some back and forth. Not as much maybe in the medleys because we've got one gender and all freestyle, but there still is some gamesmanship, some variation here. Makes some great races. Always love starting and ending with relays. Just kind of serves as a perfect bookend for the meet. Of course, we used to do, back at the JCC, we used to have just one day of relays. The format was individual events on the first 2 days, and the third day was every single relay, and that was a lot of fun, Jason.
That, some of the coaches are talking about that. It's the way to put the league, its strength forward. Because you have everyone sort of there together, and it's a reminder that it's a collective endeavor. And having 8-year-olds and 10-year-olds being cheered on by 15 and 16-year-olds and 17 and 18-year-olds is powerful, and having the moms and dads of those kids who are 10 years apart, super powerful. So we're feeding on that from home. We know that the younger kids are watching the stream right now and texting and sending good vibes to the older kids.
And some of them might be in the stands today watching, having completed their swims yesterday, as Crowfield takes the first heat, 156.14. Heat 2, Chatham-Moss, Somerville, Sneef Farm, North Charleston, Daniel Island, Newington, Northbridge, Park Shore, Hobcaw Country Club, working from the bottom of the screen to the top. Daniel Island is your top seed, 145.44, about 4.5 seconds clear of the next fastest team.
It's a shame they haven't won any relays. Oh, wait.
I starred them on my heat sheet, David. They're only about 2 seconds seated off the meet record set by Hobcaw 5 years ago.
That would have been when Adair was in that age group, and Kennedy Andeveau, and a couple others whose names I'm sure I'm just not thinking of right now.
So if Daniel Island continues to swim as well as they have today, they could have a shot at that record there, as they're getting an early lead here.
That's Kara Kitlowski going in second.
Yep, she won a couple of events today. Although Newington is not going away quietly. North Charleston as well, along with Sneef Farm up there for the top 4.
Yep.
Charlie, let's go!
Daniel Island, again this record 143.24, with Newington sitting second. 118.21 at that split, so it's a hit.
It's going to be tough here. We're going to have to see a 25-0 from the anchor leg for Daniel Island. We've seen a couple 25s here among these swimmers in the heats, but after a day of racing, sometimes it's just about getting your hand on the wall first. And that's what Daniel Island's going to do here.
They are.
As they're going to come in just off 143.44, just
that's
2 tenths off the record there. Newington takes second, North Charleston in third.
Another win for the Flying Fish. Been a lot of those today.
That's right. Adding to their insurmountable lead. They have mathematically clinched the meet. They might
Sure?
have done. They have, yes. They were up by about 350 points after the IMs. As we go into the boys 13-14, 6 teams in the Heat 1. Chamelon, James Island Country Club, Legend Oaks, Crowfield, Long Point. Just letting the spectators and parents and family members know that the food trucks will be out back when the meet lets out. So make sure to grab some mac and cheese, some frozen ice. What else is out there, David?
I have no idea. I got here at 7.
David got here and had to turn on the lights.
It's actually kind of nice.
So we've got Daniel Island here.
All right, another Daniel Island relay win. Introduce yourselves.
Anna Dyson.
Kara Kitlowski.
Ella Teschke.
Renelle St. Germain.
Guys, I've asked so many questions to Daniel Island today because we've seen you guys so much. What does it mean to do this again?
It feels awesome. You know, we went out there and we knew that we had to support Daniel Island, and we swim for us as a team, not individually. So that means a lot to us.
Yeah. Just off that meet record, but still one of the fastest ever in the city. How exciting is that?
Very exciting. Yeah, very exciting. We were looking for the record, but it's okay.
So I'm told that you have mathematically clinched the meet, and you guys are done anyway. So how do you guys celebrate this win tonight?
Dinner. We go to dinner. Yeah. We're all gonna celebrate and go to dinner and at Heavy's on Daniel Island. So.
Well, enjoy. Congrats, guys.
As Legend Oaks touches first to the wall, first 50 down, James Island closely behind. Meet record here, 134.88, set in 22 by North Charleston. That 2022 North Charleston team, the 13-14 boys, they hold all the records except for breaststroke. Ivan Wilson, Luke Green. I'm blanking on who else was in that age group that year, but I'm not sure that's going down today.
You're not sure? It's not.
So you see a lot more of these older swimmers do the wind-up swing or relay starts, as we sometimes call them. They're using their arm swing to gain momentum. Legend Oaks touches first in that heat, 151.34. Following the swimmer in the water in, generally, and using the arm swing to launch themselves off the blocks. It is a little bit riskier. You got to make sure you time it correctly.
These are older swimmers.
Yes, but you can gain momentum. You can get a better start, and usually gain 3 to 5 tenths if you do a good relay.
If you do it right.
If you do it right. Now, some coaches in a tight race, especially at the end of a dual meet or here at the end of the meet here, they're going to emphasize safe starts. So rather than push their relay starts and try to go for a time or a win, they're going to swim a little bit safer to ensure they don't disqualify themselves. As we go into Heat 2 here, from the bottom of the screen to the top, Hobcaw, North Charleston, Ashboro, Park Shore, Somerville Y, Daniel Island, Sneak Farm, Newington, Northbridge, and Shadow Moss.
Got to assume Daniel Island is going to have another big one here. Nolan Mahoney already has 4 wins today. I don't know if has anyone yet won all 5 of their events? I do not have that answer.
As that was Daniel Island touching first. 5 event wins being, of course, 3 individuals and 2 relays. So a little bit more rare than the Triple Crown, because you got to have a strong team as well to help you out in relays. Can't do it all by yourself. as Ashboro is going to touch even with Somerville Y. Go! 50.0, 50.2 at halfway.
Look at the Somerville Y.
Let's go, man! Although that looks like Mahoney for Daniel Island in the water.
I don't know though. That'd be a lot. That's a big lead.
He was 22 earlier. He's making up ground.
Holy! Nolan Mahoney for Daniel Island. To the wall, Daniel Island by 27 hundredths. Sneak Farm third.
Nolan Mahoney with a 21-91 split on the end of that relay for Daniel Island.
That's incredible. It's absolutely incredible.
That's a race right there. That was a great race there between Somerville and Daniel Island. Racing for points, racing for pride, racing for city championships. Moving into the girls, we've got Chamelon, Legend Oak, Shadow Moss, James Island Country Club, and Long Point taking the blocks for Heat 1.
I think we have 2 more visits from the Flying Fish coming.
That's right, Daniel Island.
I don't know about the 15-18 boys, but
Daniel Island set the record in this race last year, and they returned to Vito and Chalupski. So a very good chance as we...
Maybe Litzinger too, I'm not sure.
No, Grace Litzinger just finished up her freshman year swimming at Loyola, Maryland.
Someone didn't snap the block in place. You heard that click.
Yep, lots of bodies behind the blocks there, making sure that every swimmer can hear the start, make sure it's a fair start, and then once that horn goes off, it's mayhem back there. Cheering, screaming, yelling, clapping, whatever you can do to make noise for your team. As Shadow Moss takes an early lead here. The Moss, as I saw on Coach Billy Buck's shirt earlier. As we're going to try and grab Daniel Island as they swing on by.
So going into the relays, Sneak Farm and Park Shore were tied for second. It looks like Sneak Farm's pulled back in front there. And we have the Flying Fish. All right. Tell everyone your names.
Cyprian Griffin, Nolan Mahoney.
Marco Franek.
Colton Salta.
Nolan, this is 5 wins today. Yep. I guess Ellie could do the same thing here in a minute. First 5-time winner at the city meet. What does that mean for you personally?
I think it's really exciting. I've been working for it all season, and it's been my goal. I've been working on it, yep.
We were just talking to your girls about this. How does this feel to be in this position, to be essentially cruising to the finish line, but doing it in style?
Feels great. We're up by a good bit, and I'm glad we're here.
Well, congrats, guys. Go cheer on your team in the last couple of relays.
As the Sharks, Shadow Moss is going to touch in this heat first, 150.76. Taking about 2.5 seconds off their entry time as they look to hold the top 6 spot in the team standings and move back up into the Red League.
I think they will. They're pretty far ahead of North Charleston.
James Island was second. Long Point was third. All right, final heat of girls swimming. Northbridge in 1, Crowfield in 2, Somerville in 3, North Charleston in 4, Daniel Island in 5, Newington in 6, Sneak Farm in 7, Park Shore in 8, Hobcoin 9, Ashboro in 10. David, there's some individual highlights from all these teams, but I think this is going to be a Daniel Island race through and through.
The meet record in the 50 free is 24:33, set by Cassidy Lima, who just wrapped up her career at UNC Wilmington. No, sorry, that is the wrong record. That was 13:40. Avery Freese, 23:57. Can Ellie get there? That is Ellie Chalupski.
Sorry, Avery.
I don't know.
David just can't read.
Yeah, she'll live. 23:57, not quite. 23:72. Not gonna matter, of course.
But a clear 2 seconds on the first leg.
Their record from last year, 138.89.
That's averaging about 24 mids. So that 23.7 from Ellie on the front gives them a little bit of leeway there. 49.19 at halfway. They're right on pace. And they're 4 seconds ahead of Park Shore, who's in second place right now. Keep an eye on Park Shore and Sea Farm.
I think Sneak Farm is comfortably ahead of them, and I know they're better at 15-18 boys. So we'll see what happens here.
All right, Mia DeVito is your 50 freestyle winner. She's in the water now, anchoring on her last swim as a flying fish before she heads off to Queens.
They might get there. They might get this record.
She certainly has the capabilities here. 138.89 is the time to beat. And they go 138.34.
23.93 on the end there.
Half a second off. And Park Shore is going to come in second.
Park Shore second, Sea Farm
third. North Charleston fourth, Crowfield fifth. Newington, Hobcaw, and Northbridge rounding out the top 8.
Shadow Moss actually will take 8th with their time from the previous heat.
That's right. Shadow Moss moves up there. All right, final event of the day, final event of the session, final event of the meet.
Of the season.
Of the season. We've got boys 15-18 200 freestyle relay.
After you've been trying to call this thing over since, what, 9-10 a.m. yesterday?
David, I'm just making every event feel special.
You really are.
And
Another
that was
record.
That was the announcement of the record there. As we've got
another 5-time winner, Ellie Chalupski.
That's right. Boys Heat 1, Legend Oaks, Long Point, Ashboro, Hobcaw, Chamelon, St. Andrews. Boys record in this race, 126.25. That's going to be safe today. One more racing for places and city championships.
Yeah, I would imagine so. What is that holding to get that record?
That is 21 5s on average today. Our winner in the 50 free, Parker Hamilton, was 22-0.
Jeez. Yeah. They're not. No one's going that.
That was a strong Newington team back in 23.
That was when Carson Owens was there. Who else was there?
Ivan Wilson, maybe?
No, he wasn't Newington. All right, Flying Fish. One more record. Tell us your names.
Ellie Chalupski.
Mia DeVito. Lila Mahoney. Charlotte Good.
So we've been asking all the swimmers coming in on these relays, cruising to the finish line, but doing it in style. What does that feel like? Not Ellie. She's answered all the questions today.
It's really fun to be able to share with our whole team, and our little kids really helped us get here this morning. So
4 wins in a row. How's that feel?
Ecstatic. It's incredible. We're doing it all for Rose and for the little kids who showed up yesterday and balled out, and we're just supporting each other. It's awesome.
Lila, your brother was another 5-time winner today. What's that like seeing?
It's great. I'm really proud of him. He's doing really well. Yeah.
All right, well, go cheer on your boys. One more relay to finish off the meet.
Thank you so much. Go DI.
As Chamelon sets a time to beat, 138.65.
Wow, that's pretty good.
They take 17.5 seconds off their entry time. Talk about some improvement there.
So, I was wondering, Zach, do you need to abstain from this last heat?
I'll let you call it, David.
Okay. The whole thing?
As long as you don't yell too much.
Zach's brother Steven will be swimming the second leg for Northbridge.
Lane 1, we've got Somerville. Lane 2, Crowfield. Lane 3, Sea Farm. Lane 4, Daniel Island. Lane 5, Newington. Lane 6, Northbridge. Lane 7, James Island. Lane 8, Park Shore. Lane 9, Shadow Moss. Lane 10, North Charleston.
All right, so let's think, what winners do we have today here? So Sully Priest looks like he's going first for Sea Farm.
Priest going first for Sea Farm. We'll have Carter Gladys for Newington.
Yep, and Parker Hamilton for James Island.
Hamilton's going to be James Island. I'll bet he's probably going anchor leg.
And Logan Patterson, he's actually going third for Northbridge.
All right. So in addition to the middle race to keep an eye on between maybe Newington and Northbridge, the top 2 seeds, we're going to look for Sea Farm and Park Shore.
I think Sneak Farm's up a decent
Still
bit on him
locked,
right now.
still locked in a battle for second place.
Neither one will want to DQ this relay. There goes Sully.
In fact, I saw Coach Joe Riddle telling his swimmers, safe starts, safe starts.
Sully Freese just ahead right now. He gets to the wall in 22. No, it is 22:89. Newington and Daniel Island in second, Northbridge in third. Now Zach is right here watching his brother Steven, his final swim in a Northbridge cap as a summer leaguer. And Steven has Northbridge right there. It's Daniel Island in first. Carter Gladys now trying to edge out Logan Patterson from the Killer Whales. Daniel Island in third. We're still watching Sneak Farm. Clearly ahead of Park Shore right now. Sean Graber, 21.89 for Logan Patterson to give the Killer Whales a very narrow lead. Northbridge, Newington. Sean Graber for the Killer Whales is gonna do this and get the win in 1:29.27. Newington takes second, Daniel Island third, Sneak Farm fourth, Sneak Farm fifth actually, just behind James Island. A 21.55 for Sean Graber, a 21.79 anchor split for Parker Hamilton. Gabe Smith, 21.84 for Park Shore, as they put the finishing touches on their highest finish in many, many years. Leave your final, DI first, Sneak Farm second, Park Shore third, Northbridge fourth.
Northbridge Terrace getting a win there in the relay. Do we know when the last time they won a boys 15-18 relay?
I'm assuming you were on it.
No.
No. When?
I'm asking you.
No.
You're the historian here.
I don't know
We'll
that.
have to ask Coach Mike Walsh or Coach Ben Walsh
I have no idea.
on the stats on that. They were very pumped.
We'll get those boys over here. I know that's something they've been working on for a while. You want to sit down?
No, not now. Not yet. I'll be the second sitter.
Sorry?
I'll be the second sitter. No, I usually only take one.
We're going to hopefully get those boys over here in just a moment. You were on the team record that they broke this year, though. It's like you and Josh Adams and Ethan Guthrie and
Cooper Bennett.
Cooper Bennett, yeah, of course.
Yep, I think they broke that last year at City Meet, and then this year at a dual meet,
No, I
and
don't
now
think
they
did last year? I
And
know
now
they broke it this
now they've taken another 3 seconds off of it.
Send your brother out in style.
All right, we'll get them over here right now.
Inspirational example. Joe, good work, baby.
And we have the Killer Whales with us. Tell us who you are, guys.
I'm Logan Patterson.
I'm Stephen Moody. Fletcher Loishinger. Sean Graber.
Guys, I know you really wanted that to finish off this meet. How'd you get it done?
We're just put in the work every day at practice.
Every day.
Lots of good coaching. Great best. team chemistry.
Genuinely.
We're just happy to be here.
Very happy.
How did you guys work so well together on this relay all season?
I mean, we've all been with each other for like a couple years now, at least.
A couple?
Like
A lot.
our whole life.
Like 7, 8.
Yeah.
It speaks to the culture that Coach Mike has built. How tight this team is. How important it is to everybody on it.
I remember when Sean was only 5'5", bro.
Sean, your last city meet, you've obviously had a ton of wins over the years. First relay win, right? Or first free relay win?
You know that better than I would, David. I believe you.
How does that feel to go out like that? With 21.5!
It's amazing, you know. It's just nice to go out on top with all these great group.
Awesome. Well, congrats, guys.
Mama, you owe me some shoes. I swear you owe me some shoes, Mama.
We're going to tell Fletcher's mom that. Okay.
Mama, you owe me some shoes.
Thanks, guys. All right. And that... my fan has unfortunately disappeared, so I think that means we'll keep the broadcast on, I think, for scores. But that's going to do it for us. Zach, Jason, final thoughts here?
real momentum going into 27.
I think just a great meet there. Obviously, Daniel Island kind of outclassing the rest of the league, but an incredible battle for second, third, and fourth between Sneak Farm, Park Shore, and Northbridge. Something you don't always get to see. Maybe you get to see races between two teams, but three teams battling for the whole weekend, especially historic teams like those three.
And they also all the top teams really swam well.
Yes, all the top teams. I think Shadamoss and James Island, I think, were some huge overperformers that we saw, especially yesterday, and continued on today with some excellent swims. And there were some battles, team battles. 9th and 10th, I think 13th and 14th down there. Everybody's got something to swim for.
Absolutely, Jason.
Yeah, enjoyed watching that Park Shore Sneak Farm subplot towards the end. Really great job by Joe Riddle, Cassidy Wrench, and the Park Shore team and staff. You don't see standings change abruptly in this league, because it's about swimmers aging up. Like we talked yesterday about the Bohan family that fired up Coosaw Creek when they were 10, 11, 12, and then carried through till they were 15, 18. So there's plenty of teams that are taking away some momentum going into next year. That's really exciting, and we hope that the families at home watching are feeling that as well as we now move into long course conclusion and then high school swimming, and then before you know it, it'll be 2027, the 60th.
Scares me.
60th season of the CCAA next year.
And to answer that question, no, definitely no coaches relay. All right,
How about the broadcasters relay?
Do you guys want to form a team? I don't think that's happening. We're going to check out from here, but we appreciate everyone tuning in over the past 2 days. Zach and Jason. Let me see.
Let me pop it really quickly. I can see it's a volunteer league, thanks to the timers, the coaches, the parents, the referees, North Charleston, Doug Fetch and his team for keeping the pool together. And don't forget that everyone is doing the best they can, and it's a wonderful league to safeguard.
So we're going to assume that what we're reading are now the final scores. No, we're not. We are not. Those we posted on social media and on the swimccaa.today website. Appreciate everyone watching. Jason, Zach, hope to see you both again next year. We'll have to work on that. It's been fun, and thanks everyone for watching.
Thanks, David, Zach.
All right, we'll see you next year.
Oh, let's go.
We're gonna move this.
And the regular season champion, first place goes to the Asheboro Alligators.
Oh, sorry.
Where are the seniors?
Oh, must be taped down. Come on, Maria.